Let's see. This is like so weird. Like I haven't streamed in like 6 years. It's been a long time since I have touched the live stream. Okay, am I streaming? I gotta know. Oh my god, I am. Hold on, let me make sure it sounds okay from my phone. Oh my god, I am. Oh, I've heard enough. Okay. I now need to notify my TikTok, and by my TikTok I mean one person. My ear. What the heck was that? I am now live. Same user as my TikTok. Okie dokie. Let me friggin' live on YT because I don't know how to use TikTok. Yes. Okay. I swear I'm gonna explain what the heck I'm doing in a second. I'm like, just can't think. Okay. So I decided that I should probably stream how the heck I draw because that could potentially I don't know, help somebody. I don't know, man. But yes, I haven't streamed my art since 2019 when I was very big in my Dream SMP phase. Um, so yeah. But we're gonna get started. This is my more cartoony style, and we are drawing something for my lovely friend Ari on Artfight. Um, their character is a pain to draw, but it's okay because it's Gachi Yakuta. So, yes. Um, and if I'm feeling up to it, then I will do another drawing, but I probably won't because it is in fact 1 in the morning, and whoa, my thing is doing stuff that doesn't sound right. Okay. Um, but yeah, definitely if I feel like doing that, can't freaking speak. Okay, I'm just gonna get started though. I'm tired of waiting. Okay. I don't know what to talk about because talking about stuff is like wrong brush size. I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. Maybe I can talk about the character. That would probably help. This is my friend's OC. Their name is Say, I think. Hopefully I said that right. They're gonna jump me if I didn't anyways. It's okay. Um, and it's Sagachi Akuta OC. And they are very close with RUDO. RUDO is both of our favorite characters, so it makes sense. I just Oh my god. Let me disconnect my phone. I don't want it to be popping up with notifications while I'm trying to stream. How dare it? See, there it goes again. If it pops up, it's getting booted. Let's see. You see how easily I get sidetracked? It's not good. Okay. Anywho, can't freaking concentrate. I'm loving the stream so far, man. You're just doing great. Okay. Anyways, both of our favorite characters is Rudo, so that it makes sense that their OC would canonically like Rudo. We love Rudo in this house. Rudo's great. He's like such a well written main character. I love him so much. Um, I do feel like he gets overshadowed by Jabber and Zonka sometimes because people really like Jonka, which is like it's not even that I dislike Jonka. I personally like it. I think it's cool. It's Sorry, I just heard an ominous bell in the distance. I thought my time was up. Um, that was actually terrifying. What the heck was that? That like genuinely scared me. What the Guys, if this is my last stream, I really did appreciate the time that we spent together. Um, okay, what the heck was I talking about? That like threw me off. I was like in the vibe. I don't like I can like hear buzz, which is not a nice sound. I don't want to hear that like at all. Can it stop? Okay. I was talking about Rudo. Yes, Rudo is a very well written character in my opinion. That gets overshadowed by Jabber and Zonka because people like to fetishize them, um, which is not very appreciated. Uh, I don't know. But Rudo's really cool. Like, I like how they didn't like his like anger issues. Is not just like that trope of like really angry character. It's like actually like showing how a person with like anger issues like may behave and like how situations like affect them. And also it's kind of like there's consequences for like his anger. And like when he snaps at Zonka and like Zonka is all like, dude, what's your issue? And he's like, actually maybe I'm coming off about this the wrong way. Of course the part after that, they did as like a bit, where they had a misunderstanding or whatever because, they both have their own issues. But I have been drawing this too many times. Okay. But like I don't know. I really like how they handle um his like the issues that the characters face. It's really refreshing to see from an anime, especially a shonen anime. Oh my god. There's so many characters that are just angry to be angry, sad to be sad. And it's like that's just like their trope. They're not like actually like written well or whatever. That's just how they are. And it's like I really appreciate and like he just really cares so much about like everything. Like I hate it when people just make him seem like emotionless because like I feel like that's like the exact opposite of his character. Like he's a very emotional character. I don't like how that looks. Sorry, but like he's like a very emotional character, and like to just like characterize him as just being like, I don't care about people's feelings, and it's like that's like you're like missing the entire point. Like his whole problem is that he cares too much. Anywho, about this drawing, um, I guess my art style. I've recently discovered my more cartoony art style on Clip Studio Paint. Hashtag not sponsored. It's an amazing program. I just really love it. Maybe I should move on from this part because clearly we're not getting anywhere and we're just struggling, which is not good. Uh, because yeah, we're just genuinely we're yeah, I can speak. Um, let's do this part. But dang, my art style. We need to talk about how horrible my brain cannot function. Jesus. Um, yes. Um, I don't know how to speak while drawing. It's like so hard. I'm like trying to focus and at the same time. Anywho, anywho, um, I've learned how to draw like in this art style. I've always struggled with having an inconsistent art style, and I still kind of do when I draw more seriously. So I'm kind of like I'm just stuck on this one for a while because like I really like it. Just feels like me. Like I finally have something to call my own. So I like it. It's also really easy. Like it doesn't have um, it's not too complex, and it's like the lines are really thick and big, and it's just all so nice. Like I don't know. Also, it has like a transparency thing. So like if you draw over it multiple times, like it looks darker. I don't know if you could tell in the stream, but it does look darker. I really like that. Okay, it's really nice. Um, but yes, I do really like this brush. I have shortcuts for all of my brushes that I like to use. I would flex them right now, but I kind of don't want to be wasting time because there is a very high chance that I will quit on this drawing and actually start on that RUDO drawing that I was supposed to be doing like a month ago now. Yeah. Oh, dang, that is. Yeah, because that was like June 6th when I posted that Aisha drawing. Eee! And I started the RUDO one before her, so that's kind of awkward. I also have a Chthoni one that is also in the workings. Um, Personally, I think if Chthoni um had Pokemon, it would be Hoopa because come on, Hoopa is like the perfect Pokemon for like Chthoni. Like it has rings that it can like travel and just transport. Like bro, like Hoopa is great. And then also Spirit Tomb. That one is just because it kind of just looks like her portal. Spirit Tomb's great. I actually have never gotten Spirit Tomb, mainly because I don't think I played the game that I haven't played a Pokemon game that contains a Spirit Tomb. I could not tell you what generation Spirit Tomb is. Like, I don't like I don't know. I'm gonna go on a whim and say Generation 4, which I think is Unova. And I could be wrong because I don't know. Underrated Pokemon, and whoever has its fans, I'm sorry, I don't know it like at all. For RUDO, I was thinking of doing Lycanroc, specifically the Midnight form, because are we for real? Like the Midnight form of Lycanroc literally looks like partially it just has its color scheme, but also like his Doll Festival outfit. Like Lycanroc is like perfect. It does. Why am I drawing? I'm drawing it separately. It doesn't have a separate thing. But like, yeah, like Lycanroc is like perfect for RUDO, and then Trubbish because it's literally trash. Like Trubbish is the Pokemon. Like I I would show you. How does Trubbish even look? I think it's like like it looks like that. It has a bunch of trash. It's just a big thing of trash, okay? And it's beautiful. That is literally my child. I love Trubbish. Not my favorite Pokemon. My favorite Pokemon is Pancham. Pancham! It is a panda, in case you were wondering. I know. Very, very obscure of me to do Pancham. I wonder if anyone that actually knows me IRL is watching this stream. Because I would be questioning. I'm like, why are you streaming at 1 a.m.? And to answer that question, well, because no one else is awake, so it's usually the most optimal time. Seeing as I have to be quiet as not to wake everyone else up. So yeah, it's pretty optimal. Do I like how that looks there, or do I want to get rid of it? I like how that looks there, so I'm gonna keep it. I do a lot of swoops in my drawing because I like things that look softer, so swoops it is. I'm probably going to do this here as well, or is that too much? That's too much. That is good. I would probably erase a little bit here. I have many commands. E is how I switch to my eraser. That is one of the default ones, but you know. Oh my god, someone is here. Oh, jeez. I mentioned if anyone is here that knows me IRL, and I see 2 people in the chat. That's great. That's great. Hi, guys. Welcome to my stream of Pokemon. I mean, Artfight. I'm just talking about Pokemon. Because I'm obsessed with it again. Which one is it? Is it 8 or 9? It's 9. I heard a noise. I'm hearing bells ringing and dogs barking. Not nice to be hearing in the middle of the night. The dog one's understandable. I don't know what the bell was. That one was like terrifying. Anywho. Yes, I like swoops in my drawing because nice. I like Pancham. I'm trying to remember what the heck not my brain. I'm trying to remember what the heck I've talked about. So I'm just going through. I can't draw this hair. I'm just struggling in every way possible. How do I do this? Oh my god. We're doing great. Do I like Cobblemon? Is that that's like that new, like, Minecraft Pokemon thingamajiggy? I have not seen it. So I don't know if I like it yet. That might be something I'll have to get into. Because I have not seen that. I don't know what it was called, but I do know there used to be like an old one. For the Minecraft thing, but yeah, I've seen like a few animations. It looks really good. Like I was like, wow, I can't believe that we had so. Why did I move away from? I don't know. I should. But like, yeah, I was surprised. I was like, I didn't know they had such good animations for this now. So I can definitely see myself getting into it. Um, I would play it myself, but my phone would die if I tried adding anything to the Minecraft I have on my phone, and I don't have enough money to pay for it on my laptop. I could have enough money if I stopped spending it on merch, but that's not gonna stop. So that one is unfortunately a permanent one that we're just not gonna have. So I've noticed that I didn't draw the arms. I just drew silhouettes and hoped that future me would figure that out. And also I forgot to add a new layer. We're doing great. Okay, how about we get rid of that and this? There's too many things in my face. And we get rid of the stuff that's overlapping so that it actually looks good. Yes. Okay, actually let's lower the opacity. There we go. Using the bracket keys, you can change the size of your brush. Just a little nice little tip. But yeah. I recently illegally emulated. I'm just gonna put that out there now. I do not have a Nintendo Switch. That has Sword and Shield. So I recently emulated Sword and Shield, and I've never been happier in my life. Okay, but like, it's just like, oh, I played it for the first time. I didn't know Pancham was in the game until I saw a field of them next to Pongoro. That's the evolved form of Pancham, and I was so very happy. I was like, oh my god, there's so many Panchams. Cause like my knowledge of Pokemon kind of stopped after Sun and Moon. And it's like, I can't even say that because I didn't even really watch Sun and Moon. I watched XY at the latest. And then, like, I saw, like, maybe the first 3 episodes of Sun and Moon when it was still coming out. And then the Pokemon obsession died there. So, yeah, so I just heard something. That was my phone. Let's turn off vibrate. That's scaring me. But, yeah, that's kind of like where it plateaued, was at XY. So obviously that one is my favorite generation. Coincidence that Pancham was introduced in that generation? I think not. But yeah, I really like XY. I don't know where I was going with that conversation. I feel like I was trying to say something and then I completely lost it, like I usually do. That's great. That's great. So we can just segue that onto how much I love XY. I think it has great starters. I like all of the starters for XY. Like, that is like peak starters. Same with like, what is it? Black and White. I'm trying to think. It's Tepig. Actually, let me scratch that down. Black and White does not have. Black and White starters are not the greatest. Personal opinion. I don't really like Tepig. I love. I'm pretty. Oh, is it Oshawott or Piplup? It's Piplup. It's Piplup, right? Yeah, Piplup. And then Snivy. Yeah. Guys, I swear I'm not a fake fan. I'm just forgetful. How do I want to draw this? Anyways, I personally think XY has amazing starters because, oh my god, have you seen them? We have Froakie, which is like every evolution of it amazing. I love it. Then there's Fennekin. People don't like Braixen for some reason. I personally love her. Maybe it's the typing. I don't freaking know what her typing is. I'm pretty sure it's Fire Fairy. I'm pretty sure it is. I think she's pretty cool. And I liked when Serena used her and her little thingamajiggy that I can't think of the name of. But like, yeah, I think they were a cool little group there. I like Chestnut. See, that one's the one where it falls off because like the fully evolved form is kind of like not my favorite, but I can see the appeal for other people. Just personal opinion. Of course, my favorite is Froakie because, come on, we all like Greninja. Okay, Greninja's cool and is well liked for a reason, especially Ash Greninja. I think Ash Greninja looks better than Mega Greninja. That might just be me. I don't know. I haven't kept up with the Pokemon forums. Okay, I don't know what people are saying about Greninja. I know about Braixen though. I know about that one. I'm very inconsistent with my knowledge. I love how I was trying to talk about RUDO, and then about art. And now it just all circles back to Pokemon. It all roads lead to Pokemon, okay? Pokemon is something that every little kid knows at least one Pokemon from there. Like if you like you know Pikachu, and you know Charmander, maybe Squirtle, hopefully Bulbasaur. But like I don't know how Game Freaks even did that. Like, how did you like make such a staple? The card game's successful because I've been seeing those prices on those cards, and I'm like, wow, that's a lot of money. They have successful merches. They're like in every freaking store. God forbid you like a Pokemon that isn't Gengar though, because you're never going to see another Pokemon. Because we all love Gengar. Nothing against Gengar, by the way. I like Gengar as well. It's just not my favorite. So you know, but if you ever have a friend that likes Gengar, you know, it's very easy to get gifts for them. Um, but like yeah, Pokemon's fun. I like Pokemon. Growing up, I remember in like the first grade, I used to collect the cards, and man, I went to a bougie first grade. Okay, my first grade, I don't know what was going on. Like we had a whole playground. I mean, like a playground. Not even like it was like a good playground. There was a lot of stuff there. Okay, it was great. We had a little gazebo. I missed that first grade, but we had like a gazebo and everything. There was like a bunch of benches. Like that was our recess. Our recess was that area, and it was like huge. There was a whole court, and it was great. Great school as well. But like I used to collect Pokemon. I would bring my Pokemon binder to like flex. I wouldn't trade anything. I need the reference. Like I wouldn't trade any because my Pokemon low key weren't that good. But if you had a legendary, you know, people were like, "Oh my god, you have a legendary Pokemon. That is so cool." And I had like 5 of them. Mind you, they were like common, like basic cards. Like they were not SIRs, okay? They were not like they were not SRs, they were not SI like they were not special in the slightest. Like there was no reason for me to be flexing that Pokemon binder. But like I remember this one dude, he was like, "Yeah, she has like the coolest cards," and like I got embarrassed, I guess. I don't know. And I was like, "Stop telling people that." And after that, you know, I just stopped bringing up my Pokemon cards because I got embarrassed for some reason. I don't know what my problem was because I went to recess with the intention to flex my cards, and then I got embarrassed when people were actually impressed. Says a lot about me as a person. Anywho, so of all the Pokemon, I had to Google Gengar. I swear to God, man, Gengar, that's crazy. Because like I'm pretty sure Gengar is Game Freaks, which is you know little who's under Nintendo. It's Game Freaks, but like that's their favorite Pokemon. Okay, there's so much merch of Gengar. You can find Gengar anything. I've even seen like collabs with other freaking animes of Gengar is a staple. Same with like Lucario, or I guess my brain's just blanking. I can only think of Gengar and Lucario. By the way, both great Pokemons. I really like Lucario myself. Not my favorite's Pancham. If I had to, my favorite starter. Well, actually, I have a list on my phone. It's like a ranked list of like what my favorite Pokemons of like each generation, including starters. If I could use it to like check, I would, but unfortunately, I need it to read chat, so we'll never find out what that list is. Um, I've seen him, but didn't know he was called that. That makes sense. I feel like his whole like evolution line is kind of popular because you might have to Google because let's see. Well, it starts off with Ghastly. Okay, hold on. We're just gonna draw it out now because yeah. So it starts off with Ghastly. I think he looks like this. We're doing it from memory, okay? We have Ghastly, who this is horrendous, dog. Yeah, yeah, but we have Ghastly, and he sort of looks like that if you just don't think about it. He's Ghost. He's a Ghost type, who then evolves into Haunter, who is I would say it's not as popular as those two, but like he has his little hands and he's like, "Oh, ha ha ha," and he has his little. That is a horrendous drawing, but like he's also really popular. Um, and then you have Gengar, of course, who is like, whoa, that could literally be. This looks like Jigglypuff, who I think his mouth is like, it's like that. This looks like evil Jigglypuff. Okay, you gotta believe me. It's close enough. It's close enough. But like the whole evolutionary line, they're all popular. Um, for good reason. For good reason. I feel like a content creator when I'm like, I don't want to get canceled. They're all great characters because the Pokemon community is very serious about that. You say you don't like one of those popular characters and you are getting like threatened. It's insane. I'm like, oh, actually, that's not my favorite. But also, if you do say you like a popular Pokemon, you will also get threatened because people will be like, "You're a fake fan. Everyone likes them." It's like, well, yeah, that's the point. That's why I like them. What the heck are you talking about? um, yeah. Anyways, my favorite, I think Gen 1 Pokemons are Clefairy. And we can blame the anime for that one because I just love how they say her name. Clefairy, Clefairy, Clefairy. I love how they say it, okay? Clefairy's adorable. And also I like her whole lore with like her surprisingly being not surprisingly, like maybe being an alien. Actually I think it's heavily stated that they are aliens since they like praise the moon or whatever. Um but yeah, I like Clefairy. My favorite starter is Squirtle, which I'm not surprised because I've learned that I tend to gravitate towards water Pokemon. I love water Pokemon. I feel like Misty whenever I say that, but water Pokemon are great. I love them so much. They are amazing. But yeah, I tend to gravitate towards that one. So I like yeah, Squirtle. Wartortle is my favorite. I don't like Blastoise. And it's not because Blastoise is bad or because it's ugly, even though Loki is. It's because I miss the key parts that made Wartortle cool. Wartortle had the little swirls on its little head, and it just had like a fluffy tail. It was adorable. And then it all gets lost when it friggin' becomes a Blastoise. It's so sad. And I'm like, I don't want Blastoise. And it's like the cannons are cool. Like I like the cannons and all that, but like I wish it just kept the like parts that made me like it, you know? Like I don't know. It's just disappointing to me. I told my dad about it and he was just like, "Oh no, actually I'm kind of glad they got rid of that. I made it look too girl." And I was like, "Ah, I'm sick of this." I don't like it anymore. So if I had the choice, I would just not evolve my Wartortle because like I said, I don't like it. But because I don't have a choice most of the time because I like using it, it'll evolve into Blastoise. I'm like, "Ugh, Blastoise. Welcome." Oh yeah, you can use Surf and take me to other places. That's great. That's great. Imagine it can't even use Surf. I'm just freaking poser. Um. Oh yeah. What is my other Gen 1 favorites? No, why are these on the same layer? Why would I do that to myself? Um yeah, I can't think of any. Ah, my brain can't do three things at once. I can't speak, think about Pokemon that aren't currently surfacing in my brain and draw at the same time. That's why I keep pausing. I keep forgetting what the heck I'm talking about. Um I advertise this as a RUDO stream. I'm very sorry to anybody that's coming in here and they're like, I came here for RUDO. Not only do I see an OC, I don't see RUDO. My fault, y'all. My fault, original gangsta. Um, yeah, I'm forgetful. We can talk about Gachiakuta as well, I guess. I'll talk about RUDO again later, okay? He had his moment. Right now, it's Pokemon. Um, I love Oshawott, but I think that's because as a kid I really liked what the heck is he? Seal? A seal? Yeah. I really like seals. That was a very short time in my life. I studied all of the different types of seals. I wrote research papers on the different types of seals. I was really obsessed with seals. Um, yeah, that was a good time. That was a good time. Do I want to color this in? No, I think we can leave that blank and then let's fix that because that's ugly. Um, but yeah, we can blah blah blah. Who's the OC? So this is my friend's OC. I'm gonna butcher the name. Sai. That's gonna be the last time I say it again. But this is my friend's OC for Artfight. Their character really likes Rudo from Gachi Yakuza, so I'm drawing them together because, of course. And yeah, I haven't drawn anything for Artfight in 2 days now. I know, I'm a bum. I don't know. It's kind of like I thought about it because like the day I did not draw anything, I got an attack, and I was like, dang. Now I feel bad. I gotta revenge them. Um, I feel obligated to revenge every person that attacks me. Which isn't many so far because I have initiated most of the attacks. Um, so I got two people that have attacked me without me attacking them first, and I was so happy. This is my first year doing Artfight, so like I get so excited when I'm like, oh my god, you actually like you did a revenge, or like you went and saw my OC and you were like, yes, I want to attack them. I'm like, thank you so much. It makes me very happy if you couldn't tell. Stop adding fine details when you're not done with all of it. Another issue. Oh my god, that's why that looks weird. See, that's why you don't add the fine details. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. What else? Okay. Yeah. There we go. Let's do this first. And then let's do this so I don't forget it. Because I'll act like I had deja vu. Well, that looks wrong. Um, there we go. It's supposed to be a loop. So we need to extend it out like that. Actually, let's just erase part of this so that I can fix that up. Do that. Pretending I know anatomy. Yeah, man. Something like that. Yeah. That's totally how that will work. It's okay. You can just say it's part of my art style and not improve. No shade, no shade. I did not need to clarify that. That makes it sound like I was throwing shade. Anywho, I'm gonna be so for real with you. This was the first year that I even heard of Artfight. That's crazy. I think I've been hearing it for like 2 years now, and then I've been too scared to join. And also because I don't make OCs anymore, and also I never have a character sheet, so like I kind of like push myself to do all that. Even though people said you didn't have to have a character sheet, I feel like it helps. But I don't know. It sounded fun, and I after doing it like doing it this year, I kind of wish that I did it like in 2017 to like 2020. Like cuz like that was like the years that like I actually like tried with my art, and like I was making characters. I was like participating in the communities. Like I don't know. I feel like that would have been really helpful to have done at that time. I don't know. It's really fun too. You're just like exchanging art with other people. I don't know. It's like a fun little game. I really wish I did it sooner. I did not notice. Oh, see, look, this is why we have a reference, because I did not draw that part in the sketch. Because I hope that future me would remember. I gotta stop doing that because there's. I was looking at my last drawing. Well, not my last one, the one before that, and I saw that I forgot to draw the arrow in the bow and arrow drawing, and I was like, that's so humiliating. What do you mean you forgot to draw the arrow? It's just she's just pulling back a bowstring, but there's no arrow in there. I was like, oh my god, I would say this is so embarrassing, embarrassing. It does sound like good practice. 2017 crazy, yes, it is. It is very good practice. You draw a bunch of characters. Probably things you probably would have never drawn on your own free time. I learned how to draw wings. Did it look good? Not really, but that was sort of my first time ever drawing wings for real, and I drew it on someone's character. Um, it's a lot of fun. It helps you practice. I don't know. I think it would have been very helpful for me to have done instead of Technoblade and Skeppy and Dream Art. Good times, good times. I don't regret those years either because it did though being in that fandom also did teach me many things. I just think doing Artfight could have taught me more, but teach their own. This is not how I want to draw this. What does this part look like on your outfit? Yeah, okay. So let's get rid of that. And then it's like, there's like this part, which I did not draw in my sketch because I assumed I would. I love when I do that. Yes. When I actually get to like the coloring part, I'll try to give tips, man. I don't really know what to say. Oh, we can give a tip now. Haha. Whenever I'm drawing, I kind of use the sketch as like a suggestion. Ooh, the lisp is bad. um, because I can never follow it. I mean, do you see the lines? I'm not really following the lines to a T. At least not always. Sometimes I do. I don't know. They're just there as a helpful little reminder, I think. Just to be like, hey, remember that there is something there. And I'm like, thank you. I think sometimes that can help make your line art look better. Because you kind of just start freeballing it. I don't know. It's nice. I would say to practice line thickness on a different piece. Considering I'm doing a more cartoony art style, I'm not really worried about that. So that's why the thickness is pretty much the same, unless it's like for inner parts like that. I didn't need to highlight that. Okay. We can go through some really quick Clip Studio paints, which I think Clip Studio paints. I didn't finish that sentence. I can go through some Clip Studio tips. There we go. That's the word. Or at least not tips. More so, first things first. Yeah. Yeah. First things first. There's this thing called like window up here. I don't know if you can see my mouse. I hope you can. If you can, it's something that says window at the top. Anyways, when you click on it, this is if you ever feel like, dang, where is this thing? It's usually get out my way. It's usually in these little things, and this is how you can pull up this. That's how I found the subview. You use this, and this is basically your reference window. You can import pictures. You can eyedrop it, all that freaking nonsense. But like, yeah, you can see a bunch. It's where a bunch of your tool things will be. It's great. It's amazing. I would also recommend learning the freaking shortcuts. They will save you a lot of time, unless you just don't want to. I mean, it's up to you. I'm not forcing you. I'm just saying it's a lot more helpful if you actually know some of these, because then you don't have to be like, let me go back to downloads and let me scroll through my thousands of downloaded brushes that I have gotten on here. Oh, there's the right one. See, I just key binded it. So my favorite brush is 8 and 9. I mean, there's other ones. Like 1 is that one 1? Yeah. Yeah, okay, there we go. 1 is this one. 2 is that one. I have not used that one yet. 3 is this one. I really like this one. 4, my second favorite one. It changes color depending on, like, randomness. I don't freaking know. 5 is this one. I use that one sometimes. 6 is my ballpoint one. This is the one I usually use for line art when I have a more serious art style, because it automatically gives me pen pressure as someone that doesn't use a stylus to draw. So it's very great. And then this one's 7. Why the heck is it huge? Remember, bracket keys to change the size. This one, and then you already heard about the 78. Those ones are great. P is how you do pen. You click it again, you get pencil. I really like the chalk brush, and I usually use this brush to sketch. Also because it blends automatically, which is nice. I like brushes that blend automatically. I think W is the wand tool. That's basically your selection area. Da-da-da. You can do that kind of stuff. I like using... I'll use it more often when you see me using it. and I'll explain it better. Then I think G is gradient, which you can do gradients like that, depending on what your color are, and you click it again, it's the paint bucket tool. I currently have too many things up here where it doesn't look like a paint bucket tool. Yeah, it's the paint bucket tool. Oh, love that little space. There we go. If I use another shortcut, I'll explain it later, I guess. Who knows? We'll see. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, I like drawing leg warmers. As someone that likes to wear leg warmers, they're fun to draw. Back to art tips later. I don't feel like talking about art. But should I talk more about Pokemon? Yeah. Pokemon. Since I already said I uttered the words Pokemon, we might as well bring that topic back up. My favorite evolution is Vaporeon because I like water types. But if I had to do a second favorite, I like Glaceon because she's blue. And that is why I like those evolutions. I also like Eevee. She's pretty cool. And Leafeon, but not as much as the other two. That's my favorite evolution. I like Shellos. That has nothing to do with any of the others. I don't know why I just mentioned that. Shellos mentioned, if anyone cares. Oh my god, I love Shermish. When I played Pokemon Emerald, I got a Shermish. I named it Polka because, you know, it has dots on like it had dots on it, so I was like polka dots. So I was like, oh my god, Polka. And like I loved it. I loved that Shermish. And then it evolved into Breloom, and I loved that Breloom. That Breloom was beautiful. It was my pride and joy. I love Breloom. Okay. Breloom's great. The same cannot be said about my Whism. I named it Plush. I loved Whism. And then it freaking evolved into Loudred. And Loudred is so ugly. It hurts. This is freaking Loudred. I separated because I forgot the space. But like Loudred, ugly Pokemon. It's horrendous. I know someone out there loves it because, you know, every Pokemon has its fans. I hate Loudred. I was so mad when my Whism evolved. I almost put it in the box. Like, I almost got rid of it. I was like, no. I have a good duo with Plush and Polka. They were like my stars, okay? Like, I would have Polka use Leech Seed and then like make my Plush go into a rage where he just like attacked for like 5 turns or something. And then like that was the life. Like that was great. And it ruined it. You ruined it, man. I get sad thinking about it. It's like so ugly. I think one day I'll stream myself playing Pokemon Shield because I only got it yesterday and I already have 12 hours on it. I love it. I played Pokemon Shield until like 3 a.m. yesterday. Or I guess today, I don't freaking know. I was like messaging people as I was playing Pokemon Shield. It was insane. It's multitasking Pokemon Shield. Who? No, it's not. My clock is saying bedtime starts soon. Your bedtime is 2 a.m. No, it's not. That's my bedtime on school days. I'm not in school. We don't need that. I don't even think you guys can see that. I think it only shows me, but who knows? But yeah, my team so far, do not clown my team, okay? I put Pokemon that I like on my team, not Pokemon that are good. I mean, if they're also good, then that's great, but you know. The starter I chose, oh, my voice just like dropped there. I don't know what the heck happened. The starter I chose was Scorbunny. Cause like me personally, I feel like that's the only option. Like I don't want Grookey. That like it wasn't doing anything for me. It was just okay. And usually I would have chosen the water starter because I usually like water types, as I've said before. So I would have chosen Sobble, but like Sobble didn't do it for me, man. Like I don't know, it just wasn't it, bro. I did not like Sobble. So I got Scorbunny, reluctantly because I was like, well, you're the only good option, man. Like, below Score Bunny. Uh, no offense to Score Bunny likers. Ha ha ha. But I got Score Bunny. It's honestly pretty good. I kind of like fell in love with Score Bunny the more I started playing, the game, and it is now a Cinderace. I'm very happy. Uh, it. I was like, I forgot that starters evolve faster than like any other Pokemon because they're beginner Pokemon, so they gotta evolve quicker so that people don't leave the game. Also, on that note, I feel like I haven't I went from Pokemon Emerald straight to Shield, so like I was very surprised at how much easier it was. I mean, I'm not doing champion, so I'm not gonna like say that, but like, what do you mean my rival chose a starter that is weak to mine? Usually, it chooses the one that's greater, and you have to like struggle. Like I remember Gary, bro. I chose my little water, and he's like, "Yeah, what if I got grass? I'm gonna get Bulbasaur." Like they don't usually help you, so I was very confused. I was like, what's going on? I was very lost. Okay. Um, but like yeah, and then also the Pokemon in your team, I can feel myself echoing what's happening. I don't like that. What's happening? Okay. But like the Pokemon in your team, they all get the EXP points when they're in your team. Do you know how insane that is? What do you mean they all get the EXP points? I remember not back in my day. No. I remember having to switch out, like do the thing, because like it's like whoever like participated in the battle basically got the EXP. So like that was what made Pokemon like Magikarp so freaking annoying to evolve because it's just like, oh my god, you only know Splash, so I have to like put you in first and then immediately switch you out when I'm attacking other people because they know moves. And then I will learn Tackle, but then even then it's like Tackle's not it's not that great of a move. Okay, let's be so honest, it's Tackle. So then it's just like, oh my god, thank you. I'm so glad I decided to level you up. But it becomes a Gyarados, so then it's worth it. But like, yeah, it's an annoying process. And Sword and Shield, they all evolve, or not all evolve. They all get the EXP. Like, I just put one Pokemon out there, and every Pokemon in my team gets the EXP. I feel like I'm being spoiled. Like, what do you mean all of us get it? We all get it? Oh, how lovely. So yes, I was very, very surprised about that. And I don't know, people keep healing my Pokemon after areas. Like, that was surprising. They'd be like, oh yeah, you went through a hard area. Let me heal your Pokemon. Really? I thought you were just gonna demand that I fight you right now, even though I just got out of the wilderness zone. And yeah, but like, no, they're like, yeah, let me heal you real quick, and now we can fight. Oh wow, you're actually giving me a chance. That's surprising. Yeah, the I feel like the games are a lot nicer to us players. I feel like than they used to be. Not complaining because these are nice changes, but like I'm not used to it. But yeah, just felt like just talking about that. I was saying my team. I got to Score Bunny and then got sidetracked. That's just my life. This is why streams never last long with me because I can't speak like ever. I can hear too many things. This keeps happening. What am I hearing right now? Is it this? Stop. Stop making noise. I don't want to hear that. Does it do it automatically? What the heck is happening? Stop it. Stay there. Stop moving. Don't do that. No. Stop it. What are you doing? Hold on. Professional streamer here, by the way. I've been doing this for basically 8 years. Yeah. Yeah, is it dying? Let's go. I need to charge something. Hold on. Let's see. Let's hope I don't die. Oh my god. No. Don't do that again. That scared me. Okay. Well, hopefully it doesn't die. Oh. Okay. I'm just gonna have to deal with the noise. I don't like that. Oh god. I really don't like that. How do I stop that? What if I move this over? And then I move that? And then it's behind me? And then, no, that made it worse. Okay. Oh my god. Everything is against me. Is it this? Yeah, I don't know. Oh my god. Let me. Technical difficulties. I have a lamp right here. Hold on. See, I knew I'd have problems, so I made sure to plug up my lamp that's right next to my desk. Yes, I am sitting on my desk for this because that is where my microphone stand is. And I wanted to act like I'm a professional streamer and use my microphone. What is happening? What if I do this, and then I do this, and then it's behind? Hey, I don't want that noise. You know, I'll live with it. Okay, I don't care. I'm just gonna pretend I don't hear it, and we're all gonna just pretend we don't hear that. Okay. I have Sore Bunny. I have Pancham. I got oh god, I know it evolves into Abominous Snow. I can't for the life of me remember what the small version is called. I think it's called like Solvit or something. No, Squavit is the freaking squirrel. I hate that squirrel so much. I kept running into it. I now have a hatred towards Squavit. So, to anyone that likes Squavit, I don't like it, okay? It annoys me so badly. So, yeah. What is making that noise? What is your issue? Do you need to be charged? Is that what the problem is? Because I don't like the noise you make when you're charging either. Sigh. I don't have a block near me, and if I plug it into my laptop, I'm going to hear the most horrendous noise ever, so I guess I'm going to live with that. Is that better? Because I don't like how that sounds. It did stop it, but yeah, we're just going to live with it, because I don't like how that sounds either. Oh yeah, they stopped it. Oh, that was the issue, guys. I figured it out. Oh, this is lovely. Oh, yay. Okay. Yay! Okay. Whatever the freaking Abominous Snow one is, I can't remember its name. I did have a Yampers. My Yampers was, it was beautiful. I loved it. It's a Corgi inspired Pokemon, okay? It was beautiful. It was cute. I love that Yampers. And then it evolved. And that's where it all went wrong, because the evolved form of Yampers is so ugly that I put it in the box. I said no more Yampers. You were on my team. You were going to be a star player until you pulled up with that nonsense. So, no more Yampers. Okay? Okay. Oh my god. I drew this without realizing why the line was there. Like, I got so distracted, I see. Yeah, but, yeah, I was so sad when my Yampers evolved. I've noticed that a lot with my Pokemon. Same thing, I can't remember, I think it's called Thievul. At least that's the evolved form, and I don't remember what she used to. Nitwick! Nope, that's the candle. I think Nit is somewhere in there, I believe. But, like, it was like a fox Pokemon. Not Vulpix. Not to be confused with Vulpix. But it was like a fox, and it evolves into Thievul. And I don't like Thievul that much, okay? It just... I think it's supposed to be inspired by, like, whoever... Robin Hood. You know... Or maybe not, actually. I love when I think of a thief, I think of Robin Hood. It just... Thievul looks like a thief. I know. But, like, that's not who I fell in love with. and I was so very distraught when Thievel became Thievel, I guess. Um, Fine, I'm gonna do this. I don't. Oh my god, please stop. I'm now hearing bells ringing again. Enough. Okay. It's too many sounds at 1 a.m. There should not be that many sounds. Actually, it might be two now. It's two. Great, great. I'm glad that so much time has passed. It's two now, and I'm still on the same freaking drawing. Like, how are we still on this one dude? We have not moved on. How? I mean, okay. Let's just say the sketch took me an hour. So it took me an hour to do the sketch, and another hour to do the line art. So what I'm hearing is that I'm a very slow artist. You were already aware of that, so I don't know why I'm restating that. Anyways, I don't know who else is on my team, but if I didn't mention them, they're not that important, I guess. I also have been switching people in and out depending on what gym I'm doing, so it makes sense. An easy way that I remember weaknesses and resistances, that's not the plural. I don't know all of them, by the way. I look up on my phone what Pokemon weaknesses and that's another thing about this Pokemon. They tell you, they're like, hey, you're about to fight a fire gym, you should bring this Pokemon. And I'm like, whoa, you're helping me. I'm not used to how much help I get, okay? But like, yeah, the easy way that I remember is because, like, the starters are the starters for a reason, because they're like the easiest to remember and to help people understand, um, type differences and whatnot. So, we have grass, which is weak against fire, because for good reason. If you burn some grass, it's if you set fire to some grass, it's gonna burn, and it's very effective, right? So that makes sense. And then grass is strong against water. But it makes sense, because if I were to pour a bucket of water on some grass, that's going to help it grow. So, like, it makes sense that grass would be strong against water. And that water is weak against grass, right? And then water is strong against fire, because you throw some water over a fire, and depending on the fire, very much depending, because you throw water on the wrong fire, and yeah, that's not good. But like, yeah, it'll put the fire out, right? So like, it makes sense. And then I'm pretty sure flying types, or a bug, is weak against flying, because when I think about it, most flying types are birds, and birds eat bugs, so it makes sense that they would be weak in that regard. That looks like it's part of the lamp, and I'm probably gonna color it like it's part of the lamp. So, yeah, future me, you know what to do. But like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. It makes sense. It makes sense. Okay. um, and then you have, uh, I think dragon is weak to fairy. I don't have an easy way to remember it, because I don't even know if that's true. I could be lying to you right now. I'm pretty sure it is, though, but who knows? Also, sometimes Pokemon just be changing what's weak against which when they add new type-ins, because of power balancing issues. Like, I don't know. Dang, wasn't there one? I feel like I remember there's some issue with like fairy types for at some point, because like there are so few of them, but like they were like OP, because like they had like no weaknesses, and also so many things were weak against them. So yeah, we're gonna take a little snack break, okay? Yeah, I brought like a thing of water, some crackers, crackles. I can speak, I swear, and a donut stick, straight from the box. We don't have that authentic donuts. Um, because I knew I was gonna get hungry and thirsty. So if you haven't already tonight or today, I don't know what time it is for y'all, make sure you drink some water. I'm the last person to be given that endorsement, by the way. I'm very much notorious for forgetting to drink water. Anybody like I forgot what these crackers are called, so never mind. Ritz crackers. Personally, I love them. They're up there with saltines for me. And that's about all the waters I know. That's about all the crackers I know. I can speak. I swear. You can believe me. I think I can merge all of these now. Let me, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Okay. These are A-okay to be merged, I think. And if they're not, oh well. That'll be Future Me's problem. So now we're off onto, freaking RUDO. By the way, my sketching process is insane because, what do you mean I started off with this shape, and then I was like, oh yeah, that's probably not enough information. So then I used that shape, and then I completely disregarded the shape and drew over top of it with that. Then I added in RUDO because I was like, oh yeah, RUDO gotta be in there too, I guess. Oh, how lovely, how lovely. Water is so peak though, I agree. Sometimes. I'm really particular about my water. Sometimes it tastes off and I can't drink it, and nobody understands me when I say, like, the water tastes off. Like, I can't stomach it when it tastes off. And it could be, like, a water, like, from a brand that I usually like. And, like, I don't know, it just tastes weird that day. I don't think it's autism, despite what many claim. I just think it tastes weird some days. That is gonna be good enough. Okay. Now that we're on the... Hold on, let me chew before I speak. Get some nice ASMR. I actually hate ASMR. Don't do any ASMR or I will slime you. But now that we're back to the RUDO part, I should probably start talking about RUDO again. I sort of kind of brushed on it earlier. I like him as a character. He's very well written. He's my favorite character in Gachi Yakuza. And honestly, I was very surprised. I guess my read is not that good. I was very surprised at how well liked Zonka was. I low-key did not care about him until, like, episode 7, which is, like, when he fought Jabber for the first time. But, like, yeah, I did not care for that dude for real. I was just like, okay, he's a guy. He's part of the cleaners. Like, I don't know. It's not that I didn't see his appeal. I could definitely see why people like him. I was like, hey, he's just a guy. And then, like, I went online and I was very surprised at how many fans he had. Like, oh my. I was like, wow. Art, trash, beast, art. Like, you know, he was, like, I was already warming up to him after that Raider thing. So I was like, oh wait, he's kind of cool. He just, like, used that, like, echolocation thing to, like, fight off, like, those mud people. And I was like, yeah, that's actually kind of cool, bro. And then, and Jabber came, and, but, like, yeah, I think his backstory, I think, solidified that, because he's, like, such a relatable character. I was supposed to be talking about RUDO. See, RUDO's gonna overshadow my own commentary. I'm so sorry, RUDO. But, like, I don't know. I think Zonka's very relatable. RUDO is too. I feel like he's such a good, like, depiction of, like, not even anger issues, but, like, compassion and just, like, empathy. He's very empathetic. That's why he's able to, like, see, like, souls in every trash. Because, like, he understands the worth and everything. And I'm just like, that's so sweet, RUDO. You are a cutie patootie. Let me stop trying to draw, like, the reference and use my sketch. Because clearly I know what I'm doing. But, like, yeah, he's so sweet. I love RUDO. He's the greatest. Noise has returned, but I'm going to pretend I don't hear it again. Because I'm starting to suspect that it does mean my microphone is dying. Which means I need to hurry up on this drawing. Because my screen flashes black when I plug it up. I could find a block to temporarily... Oh, wait, is that one over there? Hold up, never mind, hold on. I think we are about to solve our problem very quickly. And problem solved, guys. Who knew that everything was literally at the snap of my finger? Okay. Oh, another command. Control Y is how you redo something. Because, you know, like X, Y, you know, Y comes after X, so like undo, redo. Yeah. Control X to undo, Control Y to redo. Like, yeah. RUDO is great. I genuinely cried during the scene. Anime spoilers, I guess. If you haven't seen the anime, then I'm sorry. But like that scene where like he cried over the trash, and like he was just like, why would anyone throw something away? It still had like so much potential. That was sad. The scene where he was banging on his head because he was just like, you told me not to hurt other people, so I did this instead. And like I was just like, it's just, I love RUDO. He means so much to me. Like, he's such an important character. And, like, I don't understand how anyone can, like, not like him. Like, I've never heard of anyone being like, I don't like RUDO. And if they were, I wouldn't trust them, because how can you not like RUDO? Like, RUDO's amazing. I love RUDO. I also like RUDO. I'm not, like, the biggest shipper of them, but, like, I can understand it. And I hate when people are always like, due to their traumas, they can't be together. Like, this is fictional. And also, I feel like that's really insensitive to be like, they can't be together because of their traumas, because that makes it seem like people who have had traumatic instances don't deserve love, which I think is insane, because what do you mean they don't deserve? Like, I don't know, it's not even that it's just like, you're just acting like they can't fall in love now because of their traumatic past, and I'm just like, I don't think that's true. But, like, I don't know. That's just, I really like them as a duo or shipping. They're, like, really cute together. I like Amo. Probably not as much as the Phantom does. I think she's cool. Don't get me wrong. Like, I like her. But, like, I can also understand people that don't like her. People, like, will, like, hang you for saying that. And it's just, like, I can understand it. Like, even after, like, her backstory, I can kind of understand not liking her. I don't know. That's just me. As long as you aren't just invalidating her, I don't see what the issue is. Which I guess you can use that same argument for freaking RUDO, but I don't care, because why are you watching a show if you don't like the main character? Bias. I don't care. RUDO kind of... Oh my god, I should not have read this. RUDO kind of PMO, not gonna lie. I don't dislike him, but yeah. No! No! I should... No! RUDO's my favorite. I love him so much. I can understand at moments. His first scene with Zonka, I feel like that was a horrible scene for him. I was like, oh my god, you are saying all of the wrong things right now, my guy. And he tried salvaging it, but Zonka, oh, my laptop's dying. Everything needs to be charged. But, like, I was just like, oh my god, you're saying all the wrong stuff. But, like, I guess I can understand if he kind of annoys you. I guess. I'll be understanding, I suppose. I'll let it slide. Wait, the drawing is so cute. Thank you so much. Oh, thanks. Oh, so cute. I'm sorry. I'll let that die. I said that before you even started dissing his haters. I'm like, oopsie. It's like, I'm sorry. I'm very passionate about RUDO. Okay. You should be lucky that it's not my friend that's drawing him right now, because I think if Arya's here, you might have gotten banned. Banned in real time. Last time we heard of you. It's okay. I can understand differing opinions. The only, and I mean this so for real, the only character I don't want to hear anything about is Tamsi. Don't utter the word Tamsi in my presence. I hate that man. Be careful what you say, because that one I might block you on all devices, every single social media thing. I actually have done that. If on TikTok, if I see you posting too many Tamsy edits, you're getting blocked. I don't want to see that. Like, I don't like that man. I hate him. And like, sorry, I heard a child crying. Let me be quieter. In not technically manga spoilers because I haven't gotten to that part. I don't think, but like, I even before like people said anything about Tamsy, like when I watched Gachi Yakuta, I had no prior knowledge of it other than the fact that there was a black man in it and that his name was Jabber. Um, that is all I knew about Gachi Yakuta. So when I first saw him, he just gave me a bad vibe. I don't know what it was. I didn't trust him, especially with that stunt he pulled in Almost Tower. I was like, what the heck, man? I was like, oh, you think I wouldn't kill them? Oh yeah, I'm innocent. Ha 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 ha. I didn't trust that. And then oh, whoopsie daisy. And then I saw people there like, oh yeah, Tamsy. When you know about what happened to Tamsy, what the heck happened with Tamsy? I didn't know. And then I found out. I was like, ah, that's why people don't like him. That makes sense. That actually made me dislike him more. The Tamsy spoiler. But like, I was like, so that's what it is. So yeah, that's not why I didn't like him, but it did make me dislike him even more. I'm assuming he did something in the manga or something. Yes, he did. He did something that makes him very unlikable. But he has the most like annoying fan base ever. Oh my god, I hate hearing about his fans. And it's like the problem is like I like his character design. Like he's a cool looking character. I just don't like him, and it's so annoying because he's such a popular character in this fandom. People love him, and they really like String Crow, which is the ship between Tamsy and Corvus. I don't understand where that one came from because I haven't read that part yet, so I'm not far at all. Okay, I like to read from the beginning, and I haven't gone far. But like, yeah, I don't. It feels like they just use it as an excuse to like masculinize a black man and infantilize whatever race Tamsy is. Cause I don't know, someone of paler complexion. Okay, like I don't know. I don't like it. I'm sorry. It's just I don't understand the appeal in that ship. I'm sorry, but like yeah, it's just it's like the fans and the shippers for him are annoying. Okay, I don't like them. I'm glad I got that off my chest. I don't like Tamsy. Tamsy annoys me. I hate his hair and his attitude and his everything. I hate him. Gacha Yakuta characters all look cool. They do. If there's one thing Gacha Yakuta does right is their character design. Okay. I love their character designs. I don't want to draw that. How the heck? What the is? Okay, I don't know how I want to draw that. Haven't seen the ship at all, but I ain't that much into the fandom, so it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Because I haven't read that far. It's just I don't care about Tansy and Corvus. How about we switch it up and we do Corvus and Engine? Switch it up a little bit. Yeah, actually that one's getting more popular. So I feel weird when people ship Zonka's siblings with any of the cleaners. That's just because I feel it feels like a betrayal. I'm like, ooh. It's like you heard about how horrible his siblings treat him, and you're like, but I love him. And it's like, I get it, but like, ooh, it feels awkward. I could see it as like as an idea, like as a concept, but like in reality, I'm like, ooh, that feels awkward. Nothing wrong with it though, as long as it's legal, I guess it's all right. But that's such a low bar. Yeah, as long as it's not siblings. Yeah, it's actually a pretty alright ship. Like, do you know how insane that sounds? We're doing this at like a slight angle. What does this shirt look like? This reference image is not doing you justice, RUDO, my man. RUDO! Hey, RUDO, you got some pretty good game for a worn out, foul mouth, butthurt, ratchet, short stack spherite. Oh, wait, my voice has probably kept you in La La Land. Okay, Chronicle Line. Yeah, I can't tell what the heck you're wearing. Hold on. I don't know. I don't think you'll be able to see this. I'm about to freaking Google whatever the heck his shirt is. A RUDO cleaner outfit, because what are we wearing? I can't tell. This image that I have sucks. Maybe I think I might have drawn it too far down, so it's kind of like, because it's just like a black shirt, but you can't see it. You know what? You'll see it today. You'll be able to see that part today. Actually, there's like stuff here, so then it's like, actually, it'll be more like here, perspective wise, probably. I'm trying to act like I know perspective drawings. I did one perspective drawing, and I'm acting like I'm a genius. um. Anyways, I feel like I'm on a roll with talking about Gachiakata. People keep trying to act like Gachiakata is a horrible fandom. I've seen worse. It's not that bad considering Homestruck exists, and the Dream SCP fandom existed. Even if it is dead, it did exist, and that was a horrendous fandom. I would even argue that My Hero isn't even that bad of a fandom. Even during its prime, I wouldn't say it was that awful, because My Hero now is pretty chill. I mean, we still have like Pixel Drake, unfortunately, but like other than that, it's honestly pretty chill. But I don't know. I think it's just it's a case of baby's first fandom. A lot of people are like, it's so bad, and oh my god, guys, this isn't a canon thing. So why would you have that headcanon? Why are you shipping them together? Was it ever stated by the author? Which also, you don't need every little thing stated by the author. And also, stop listening to the author. The author don't know what they talking about sometimes. If they ever say in an interview and they say some stupid stuff, and it don't sound right, I'ma disregard that. That's how I am with freaking, what is it, Kay Arana, with her thing about Jabber smelling bad. I hate that's what she said, because it's just like now they're using it like, to be racist or whatever. People are very racist, I'll say that much. But like I've been taking it as in the way that like he has like a chemical stench, and that is how I'm going to continue to take it, because I refuse to believe that he smells god awful. Okay. Most random TED Talks. Like, just spouting nonsense. If I ever was able to do, like, a TED Talk thing, nobody would want to hear that, bro. But, like, if I ever was, that would be funny. Oh, yeah, we have a TikToker, Panda Shar, talking about Gachiakata and how it's not that bad of a fandom. Okay, could you, elaborate on that? Because half of us don't even know what that is. That's a nice glove. I mean, well, it's not all that, but, I'ma pretend that's a nice glove. Okay, and then we're gonna do that. Actually, we're gonna use this one. And then, yes! What the heck else is on your glove? The details aren't that important. We can just do a little... There. I don't like how that looks. The detail is... wrong brush. You can get rid of that. You're a good yapper, bro. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, you just don't know how to shut up. I really like that part about you. I know that's not how you meant it. Oh, well, it could have been. I don't know what you're thinking. I've been told by many people I should start streaming because I have a good voice, whatever that means. So my microphone just moved on its own. That was scary. So, yeah. I'm streaming now. I'll probably do more streams like this. Stay tuned. There'll probably be more art streams, because that's the easiest thing for me to stream. Clearly not, because I can't focus, but, I could try streaming my Pokemon. But then I'm also scared that tryhards are going to join my stream, because, I'm not good. Also, I always choose, like, the wrong moves. Like, it's so bad. I'm like, that would have been smarter to choose that move. And then the Pokemon is dead. Then it's dead. So I'll probably do. Maybe I can do more art fight streams. That can be my thing. Streaming me doing art fight characters because yeah. Okay. What does your outfit look like? Oh, did I do it too? Yeah, your thing should be okay. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Yes. Um. I'm saying a bunch of nothing. But yeah, I think I'll probably stream more often. We'll see. I need to actually start working on schoolwork. I haven't done any of that this summer, and the first day of school is in fact approaching, so I should probably work on that. Maybe one day I'll talk about Tower of God. I think that would be very easy for me to do because I do like it. Very astute description. Thank you. I know. Come back for more. But yeah, maybe we can get more people to watch it / read the webtoon. Because I'm waiting for part 4. And people need to know how much I love Kudo Girl Agnes. To anybody that still knows who I am from, my life. They hate when I say his name. I utter that man's name a lot. Forgot y'all got different summer break. Yeah. Time zones, man. I love when anyone says that. When it doesn't apply. Even when it does apply, it'll be like, okay, but saying it at the most random moments. It's like, what does that mean, time zones? What does that mean, time zones? I love when people say that. But yeah, my school starts up in oh my god, does it start in 2 weeks? Oh no. Oh no, I forgot. Oh no, if it starts in 2 weeks, I can get locked in. I need to stop drawing this. Oh my god. Direct spin-off reaction, we all turn it in. That would be great if I knew how to stream webtoon chapters. I don't know how to do that. They have a whole privacy lock thing. Because trust, I have tried actually. I have tried to stream that. And then it didn't work. So then I just read the first chapter on my own. I do have a super not so secret account on my second account. I don't change my voice at all. And I have streamed on there before. Not that you'll be able to find it because I have unlisted all of them. So yay! I just love unlisting stuff. Okay. But yeah, maybe one day when I figure it out, we can. What am I drawing? That's not how legs work. What do I do? I need a reference. I need a reference right now. It's okay. We're just pulling up my Google off camera again. Person sitting down on the sideways side view. This is very important. I need to see how the leg functions. Okay, so oh dang, I can't. Oh, so that's why that looks so weird. Okay, so really it's more it's like a this, right? And then it's like a and then you would sort of see it there. So it'll be ta-da, ta-da. And then yeah. Okay. There. Okay. Oh my god. How long has it been? Okay, we're nearing the 2-hour mark on this stream. That's great. I was expecting to be done with this drawing by the time we reached 2 hours, so that's wonderful to hear that we're just now reaching that point. And we are still at the line art. That's great. This is also another reason why I don't usually stream drawings. If I'm actually seriously drawing something, time seems to fly by. I think on average, for art fight attacks, It takes me 2-ish hours to do an attack. Yeah, that sounds right. And that's because I usually do full bodies. I think if I just did a bunch of headshots, they would only take me an hour. Which I should honestly start doing because they're a lot less time consuming. But then they feel incomplete, and yeah, that's the issue. They feel incomplete when I only do a headshot. I'm like, oh, I should have drawn the rest of the body. But if I don't want to burn out, I should probably just start doing headshots. That would probably help a lot more. Um, can what am I doing? Stop fumbling. I'm very negative on my art score. That was not any better. Ooh, those look bad. Okay, as long as you like don't look at the lower part, we might actually crop it depending on how I'm feeling. Because I don't like how that looks at all. In fact. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Arms are hard. That's something I need to study. I struggle with connecting arms to the torso. So I usually try to hide it in some way because they're hard. Hands too, but I've actually drawn 3 hands in this piece, so we're actually switching it up. Oh wow! But like, my trick to drawing hands. Well, let me do a little sketch, and actually let's do another layer so I can just get rid of it. So my trick is to do. Why would I do it there? Do it where? Yeah. So I do a little square, yeah, and then I put a triangle for the thumb, and then I finish it. So then it just becomes a little da da, and then da da, and there's your hand. Yeah, and then it becomes harder when I want to draw it like a fist, triangle there, and then I don't know how the fist is supposed to look, so then I just do that, and then there, and then that doesn't look like a fist, but that's how I draw it, because I don't know how to draw it. Another Clip Studio hack. Pressing C is how you change your opacity. Or, well, that's how you go to the clear one, and then you can change the opacity here in your tool setting thingamajiggy. Yeah. And then you can switch between 2 colors by pressing X. You get black, and then you get white. And there you go. I just heard of the 3 triangles methods recently. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to draw hands. I forget them every time. So far that one has been helping me the most, so I've been using that one. Usually they don't help at all. They're just lies. I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever you say, man. His thing is black, right? Yes. Okay, I love drawing with black, or when a piece of clothing is black, because then I can just do that all over there, and I love how it looks. Speaking of, are there any other? Oh my god, are there any other parts that I need to be? Actually, let's add a pocket here so that it gives less blank space to this part of his leg. I don't know if that's where it is on the drawing, even though I have the reference right there, but I like how that looks. Okay. Okay, wait. Oh my god. Wait. Almost done, but we just have to draw the little la 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 about him talking bad about Zonka. Zonka is infiltrating everything. Zonka is an infiltrator. I don't know if this would count as a third drawing. I'm gonna count it as a third drawing. It's just gonna be very simple because it technically counts because I'm drawing multiple. His little ear things, I'll fix it in post. I'm back in my photographer era. Took a lot of cool photos actually on my camera. Very nice. His hair is hard to draw this close up. This don't look like him. Good enough. Good enough. And then we're gonna go on top of it, and we're just gonna go ahead and use this red. And yeah, that's basically him. Okay, we're done with the sketch. Okay, guys. Opinion. Look. Oh my god. Yes. The sketch looks great. Okay. Alright, not the sketch. The line art looks great. So I'm gonna take a. Oh wait, I'm not done with the line art. Oh my god, I forgot to do the corner thing. Okay, before I do that, I'm gonna eat another cracker because I'm hungry. If you haven't eaten today, make sure you eat. Yeah, that's the good stuff. So that I don't. No, yeah. Okay. I didn't say anything in that sense. We're gonna use my little trick. We had triangles. Nope, wrong color. We had triangles to where lines intersect to give it more a nicer feel. It looks nicer when we do this. Okay, trust me, it does. It changes the whole feeling of the drawing. So yeah, you just la 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 la, tra la la tra la la tra la la tra la la. Some people might think it's tedious. I don't know. I personally love doing this. I like it more traditionally, but you know, it can help out a digital piece. But yeah, I just kind of look for where any lines are intersecting, and I draw this. Fun fact: I started drawing in 2015. When there was a girl that was better at drawing than me, so I felt like I had to compete against her, even though I had like zero knowledge. I was like, she's really good, so I started drawing, and I haven't stopped. Her name was Avery. I don't know what she's doing now, but like I was very competitive, and I was just like, oh my god, I need to do better than Avery. She's good at drawing, so I need to be good at drawing. And I started drawing Dragon Ball Z characters because that is a very nostalgic anime for me. Looks really good. Thanks. It truly does hit different with it. I agree. Um Oh wait, are the tips of his hair, is it brown or is it black? It's black. Okay. I didn't need that information now. I'm not in the coloring stage, so I don't know why I suddenly. Okay. We can also make this smaller now because. Yeah. Oh, wow. Perfect. Yes! Oh, that's perfect. Why don't I keep it there usually? Okay. So, just so that we declutter it a little bit because it was overwhelming. Um, yeah. Okay. So we're just adding all these little triangle things. I found this brush. It's one of the free brushes. You can like, if you like go for your downloads, you can download more. Yeah, add from downloads. And like, I just searched up pencil brushes because I am a sucker for pencil brushes. Actually, look at this brush. Right. We're gonna use this one. It's like blue, and then this is a horrible color to use as an example. But like, you see this, and then you go over it again, and like, it's like such a difference. Like, you can actually see like underneath like the art. Cause like, yes, but like it's good. It's a good brush. Okay, I really like it. I like it. I use it for coloring and for shading because it's really nice. And I use it for this specific art style because, like I said, I really like how it looks. Whenever I'm doing my other art style, usually I draw just on the sketch. I merge like usually if I were to draw, let's just go this way. Get this way. Yeah. Move. I would do this, and then I would color under and over depending on how I'm feeling, and then I would merge all the layers, and then I would put like a random color and then a multiply layer, and then I would erase some parts for lighting, and then yeah, I would just draw all in the same layer, and it's actually very helpful to help with rendering because you're like basically painting. It's very nice, very nice. I would recommend. Um, I'm not currently using my very complex art style because then I would be here for like 5 hours, maybe more. But just know that that is usually what I do. Just merge it all together. It's very helpful. Where else? Now we'll look up there. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. I like how that looks. You can also do it on this one though, then to keep it consistent. I keep it undercover. Living my life. here. Here. I kind of like how that texture part looks here. That's why I haven't erased it. Here. I can't wait to be done with this part. This part is... I love how before I was like, yeah, I actually really like this part, but then I got into it a little bit for like 5 more seconds, and I said, you know, actually, I don't like this that much. I want to get to the coloring because I want to finish this drawing. I was hoping I was gonna get to be able to do 2 drawings this string, but this took a lot more time than I thought it would. So yeah, we will in fact be only doing this one so that I can play more Pokemon off camera. That's generally what I want to be doing off camera, by the way. Like, I'm not gonna be doing nothing else. I should be sleeping, seeing as it is almost 3 a.m. The spooky hour. Ooh, God. Oh, hey, wait. Once I'm done, we can watch the time lapse together. That'll be fun. Okay. I think that's good. No, wait, hold on. I love how that part was bothering me that much. Okay. Okay. Yeah. We are now done with the liner. Okay. We're now going to use our next trick, which is Control G to create a group. Then I do this, and then you kind of just, if I select on this one, you just do this, and you drag the layers into the folder, and bam, they're all in the folder. Folders are amazing, and people should use them more. My next thing that I'll do is I'll create this new layer, and then W is the wand tool. The thing is, actually, hold on. First things first, we're going to use this little lighthouse looking thing. That's set in as a reference layer. And that's basically so that it refers only to the referred layer. Yes. So it should only do it around, I think. Unfortunately, it doesn't... Oh, no. I don't know how to make it do multiple spots, so actually, we're going to do something different, because I just processed that. I don't know how to do that. So, hold on. We're going to unselect this as the reference layer, and then we're going to use our bucket tool. And we're going to refer to other layers. And I'm going to just use... I use this, like, bright pink. Using a bright pink makes it so that the colors I use are usually brighter. I think that's color theory. I don't freaking know. But, like, yeah, it's basically... If you have a brighter background, you're going to use brighter colors. And I want to use a brighter color, so we're going to be using a brighter background. Okay. Yeah. I think that's the only part that I had missed. Okay. So we're going to do this. It's good to start with gray as a base color so that, you know, you don't get confused and you start being like, why is my color so dull? It's good to have a background color. Oh, here's my chalk brush that I use for sketching. I love this chalk brush. Okay, no, not that tool. G is the bucket tool. I know I said it before, but I'm going to just re-say it because we're all a little forgetful. I think that's part of that. Hold on. It's okay. We can look at the reference. Let's see. No. I didn't want to. Yeah. Zoom in. Okay, it is part of it. Okay, good. I'm glad I got that confirmation before I ruined it all. We're exaggerating. Okay. And that's it. Okay. Then what we're gonna do, we're gonna get rid of this. And then, I forgot what I was gonna say. We're gonna use this as the reference layer, I think. And then we're gonna wand. Then we're gonna select all, oh no. I'm a liar. I'm a liar and a fraud. Can I not add on to this? It would be very helpful if I could add onto this selection. Okay, well, never mind. Control D is how you deselect, by the way. I can use a masking tool. I don't really use that one because that one's complicated, but we can try that. Let's see. Let's see if I do it correctly first time. And then, oh dang, how do I do that again? Create mask? Yeah. Did it work? No. No, that's not how you do it! I'm an idiot. No. Oh my god, how do I... No. This is not like a light motion. Okay, you know what, let me stop overcomplicating this. Let me... You know what? Let me stop overcomplicating this, and let me just do this. No, what? Yeah, because clearly, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. We're just gonna do that. Yeah. Then we're gonna get rid of this. Ah, that's the problem. Control Z. Okay. I don't know what to do. I know there's an easier way to go about this. I just can't, for the life of me, remember what it is. Because I don't want to do a layer mask. Mask outside the selection? No. Mask the selection. What if I Control C, copy, Control V, paste? Okay, so that didn't freaking work. I know there's a way to do this. I just can't remember it, and that's going to drive me insane. What do I do? I usually don't have this problem. Wait. Mr. Krabs, I have an idea. Oh, so I need to do... actually, I can mainly do that one. Remember that thing when I said you can do transparent, whatever the heck? There we go! Yes! No, wait. Oh, wait. I need to merge them first and then do that. No, oh, dang it. Oh my god, I'm struggling. Yeah, we're gonna merge them together. Okay. And then we're gonna get rid of the pink. There we go! Okay. Oh, oops, that was too much. There we go. Okay. We definitely overcomplicated that process by a landslide, and I don't care. I now need to alpha lock this. This is so that everything that I color on this will remain this. And then, yeah. And then we got back to our original color. That only took, like, too long. Like, entirely too long. Okay. And then let's erase the useless parts. Da-da-da. And we're finally getting into the coloring. Yay. Ooh, I'm tired. No, you're not. You're not tired. You can push through this. Okay. I need the color. I am on the color. Oh, wait, I'm alpha locked. Unalpha locked. There you go. Okay. That should be everything. Yes. Okay. Now we're gonna add a clipping. Nope. We're gonna add a layer and then a clipping. Last thing is I know how to color it. And how to clip it. Okay, I can speak. Since this is for Artfight and I heavily simplify my color, and then it's like a darker one. So, like, okay, let's say hypothetically, if I were to use this brown, I probably wouldn't. I would probably tone it up a little bit because of our pink background. And, hold on. But, like, I would, like, do this. And then, tone it up a little bit. Because, like, yeah, I don't... Yeah. See? Brown. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, I shaded in the brown. And then I would, like, go, like, to red. And then I would darken it there. And then that would be my shading color. And that would be how I color. Life hacks with me. One reason I can't do this is because I generally cannot remember all that information on an app to do the tricks. I feel you. I'm being so honest when I say, like, you kind of get used to it. If you use it enough, you start remembering. And it's like, I just have, like, a little... It's like a little trick in my head. I'm like, wand is for W, you know? Like, W wand. That makes sense. The night sneezes are coming already. But, like, I don't know. See, even if you don't know these little tricks, you can find them all here. See, the wand tool is down here. The bucket tool is somewhere around here. There it is. I hate this. It also tells you the command when you put it here. I hate ones that share commands. Like, it makes sense. Actually, why the heck is the fill tool G? What is F? What is F? Hold on. How do I... It's been a while since I've changed any commands on here. I'm gonna be so honest. Uh, shortcut settings. There we go. Yeah. What is F? Well, why is the paint bucket tool not F? I'm confused. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for blessing me. Yeah. I'm not seeing an F around here. So I'm confused. I'm confused and befuddled because okay. Because yeah, I'm not seeing. Yes, I had something marked for 10. How? Oh wait, no, I'm stupid. I was saying material 10. My fault. Yeah. I should probably have something to lower opacity. We can change that right now. What can be my lower opacity tool to like 50%? Let's make it. Oh, it's the operation tool. Or is that control? I don't freaking know. We can just also make it. Oh. No, yeah, okay. It's the object tool. Okay. Is F being used? F is not being used! Okay, well, F is now going to be my tool to lower the opacity. Should have known F wasn't being used. But, yeah, but because I was like, why the heck are G? Why are both of them G? That doesn't make sense. What the heck is this command? Reduce particle density? Control-Shift-K? Hold on, what does that even do? What does particle density mean? No. Like, if I were to use, let's say this, no, I like that brush too much. This brush. I'm on the wrong thing. My fault. If I were to use this brush, and then, what was it? Control-Shift-K? What did that do? Okay, we'll never know. I was showing something and I forgot. Oh yeah, coloring. It's okay, we got through that lesson. Let's move that out the way now. Yeah, let's make you smaller. Thank you. No, I don't want that there. I'm gonna just put you right up here. There we go. Okay. So, actually, I need that reference back. It isn't. Okay. So, from what I see, the hair. Love the hair, by the way. Oh, he's. Oh, wait, yeah. Okay. The hair is brown except for, like, this part that's, like, this cream color. We'll just keep it on. I usually use the wand. Oh, yeah, that's what I was doing. We're gonna set this as my reference layer so that it uses as my reference when I use this tool. And bada bing, bada boom. Okay. And then this is the fun part. I just do this, make my brush huge, and then do this. And that is how I color. Because then you can see the background color underneath. And I just love how that looks so much. You can't really see it on my TikTok. I posted the art and like it just like all got condensed. I was very sad about that. I was like, okay, well, dang. Disappointing. I do have to like manually color over the line art because, you know, like it's using that as a reference, which is fine. I don't mind. Not the line art, they're like inner parts of the line art, you know? But like if I don't, it looks weird. So, but it's fine. But like I love this brush. Brush is amazing. And then bada bing, bada boom. Oh wait. Yeah. I was about to say I forgot to do something. No, I didn't. I'm just thinking about too many things. Let's see. What color is this, like, cream? I'm gonna make it a bit more yellow. Okay. And then use this one. Yes! So then I do this. Okay. Yeah. Yes. And then to make it interesting, I'll do, like, that. I'm gonna mainly color the staff part, which we'll see if that's fun. Probably not, but, you know, I've committed to it. I already said I would mainly do that part. Yeah. Yeah, and then we can have, like, a little stripe here. Or not. I don't like how that looks. Yeah, I don't like how that looks. The only annoying part is that I do have to go over it twice. I could just duplicate it twice, but I don't like how that looks, so we gotta do it the hard way. Peanut butter and jelly the long way. Whenever I reference that, people never know what I'm saying. It's a little awkward. Like, oh, hee hee, my fault. Unless you're my Chronicle Online friend. Thank you, Chronicle Online friend. We need more of you in our lives. The friend that'll get your references. There we go. Yeah, swoop it in. Okay. And I'm happy with that. Yes! Whew. I'm so glad we're finally doing the freaking coloring. Actually, since I'm here, and it would actually make more sense if I just changed that color so I don't have to go back and forth right now. But, like, since I'm on this color, I might as well color this part in. Manually. La 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 la. My favorite color is yellow. Just side a little fun fact. Wait a second. Get rid of this. What layer am I on? Why am I not using the clipping layer? What is my issue? Merge it down. And get rid of this one. There we go. Jeez, can't believe I'm forgetting something so important. Actually, we need to keep this up. I don't remember what it freaking looks like. This is not my OC, bro. Like, I'm acting like I know it from heart. I don't even know what my OCs look like from heart. It's kind of bad. Unless you're men, my good OC men. Favorite one. Okay. Smaller, I think, would work here. Yeah. And then kind of like this shape. There. And then I love using my little airbrush tool. I think it's B. No. Airbrush. Oh, wait, it is. Oh. Never doubt yourself. You could be right. Wait, nope, I was wrong. Do doubt yourself. What button is it? It was B. Okay, I'm lying. Yellow, one of my least favorite colors, I can't lie. We're just really, really got opposite views over here. You know, like, oh, geez. Honestly, I feel like I don't understand what a favorite color is. I kind of just picked a color and said it was my favorite. I like how it looks, but, like, I feel like I like how yellow looks, about how much I like how mint green looks, about how much I like how blue looks, about how much I like light purple. Like, I like how they look. Like, I feel like I don't center myself around yellow. If anything, I usually get stuff that's blue. So is blue my favorite color? I don't know. I'm a lost soul. I feel like there's rules to this. There's layers to this that I don't know about. I don't know. I wasn't going to do this at first, but I'm glad that I did, because I like how this looks. Yeah, that's actually kind of nice. Yeah, there we go. Then we can brush it up a little bit right here. Yeah. Just, yeah. Corners of it, yeah. Oh my goodness, I don't like how that went. There we go. Okay. I love that. Low-key, I feel you, but yes, blue supremacy. Blue is a nice color, I suppose. every color. The only color I don't like is orange. And I feel I mean, I feel like most people don't like orange, but the reason I don't like orange is because I don't know how to color stuff that has orange in them. Like, I don't know how to shade it. There's never, like, a right orange. I just don't like how it looks. It's just like obnoxious. I don't like the color orange. Like, if you go too dark, then it's brown. You go too light, it's cream, or it's just yellow. Like, it's just, I don't like orange. It's a hard color. Orange is literally yellow's cousin, but it's not yellow. Yellow is easier to shade. Because if I want to do yellow, I just do a little yellow here, and then I get a little here to the lighter, and then the lighter color, I just get a lighter yellow. I don't know. Yellow! Yes, I know I colored those pumpkins, but remember, I colored those pumpkins because I struggled with how, I struggled with coloring orange. I didn't use orange in those pumpkin drawings. I I use varying colors of brown and all those other stuff. But that was why I colored those pumpkins. It was because I don't know how to color orange. I don't like it. If I can choose not to color with orange, I would not color with orange. It sucks. I hate it so much. I swear. It's just a hard color to use. Okay, it's a hard color to use. My auntie really likes orange, so it'd be awkward. I'm like, oh yeah, orange. This is a different brown. What the heck is happening? Did I use the wrong brown originally? Oh no. Oh no. Because I like this how this brown looks more. But it's a little too dark. I think that's what it is. Okay. Yeah. This is the shading color I use. Makes sense. Because I was like, oh, it's a little too dark. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now it's the right one. I don't know. I don't like orange. Okay, I'm sorry. Even if it sounds like I'm lying, I don't like orange. Horrendous colors. Who are these 3 other people in the chat? Like I know one is you. I know one is my friend. But who's the other one? who are these people that are tuning into this stream? I feel like there's a lot of pressure now because I'm like, oh my god. There's actually someone here that's watching. It's actually secretly someone else from my school that followed my account and that is awake for some reason. Who knows? Okay. We're getting somewhere with this. It's actually Ari, and Ari has stopped by and is watching me make their Artfight attack in real time. Insert who is this meme. Who is this guy? Okay. I feel like I've run out of topics, so no. You don't want to find me when I run out of topics, because then I just start rehashing old topics. That's what happened with the Pokemon conversation. Speaking of Pokemon, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. We're not bringing that topic back. Looking around my wall, I first thing I see is Nagito bloody on a poster. Hey there, Nagito. He's low-key scary. He's just in the corner. Danganronpa, the 2x2 is coming out next year, I hear. I'm very excited because the second game is my favorite. Luckily enough. I feel like I'm always lucky in that regard, that my favorite game is the one that's well-loved. Like, oh yeah, Danganronpa 2, yeah, we're actually doing a reboot, thank God. I love Danganronpa 2. If they kill off Nagito in it, I'm going to be very angry. I'm not going to stop playing, per se, but just know I'm going to be an unhappy camper. You don't want an unhappy camper here, okay? Honestly, as long as Fuyuhiku survives, I'm okay. I love Fuyuhiku. Although I don't like Nagito much. We're like polar opposites. Like, it is like insane. How every time I say I like something, you're like, yeah, actually, I do not like that at all. I actually don't understand people that do like it. In fact, just, we're very opposing in taste. Fuyuhiku is so dying, please, I know. Bro, I know. I know, but I love Fuyuhiku. That's literally my child, bro. Like, him and Peko Pekoyama. Like, honestly, I would rather both of them die than one of them lives. Which I know is evil. But I'm gonna regret saying that. They're gonna both die and I'm gonna be, like, depressed. But, like, I would rather to see them both gone than the other to try and be a better person. Like, they would want me to remember them and blah, 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 blah. I don't want that. You better be inconsolable. Or die with them. They can pull a. I'm about to say Danganronpa spoilers. They can pull a friggin' Kyoko and have it where she's getting better and then immediately gets killed off. They can do that. It's so evil. I feel like Hiyoko Saionji. Did I say Kyoko? My fault. Hiyoko Saionji is wasted potential. She had a lot of potential. I don't really like her as a character, like at all. Or I don't really like her. Yeah, I don't like her. But like I feel like she had potential. I feel like she should have lived at least. Like I'm glad Fuyuhiku got his redemption, but I feel like she had. It's like I can't read. I'm almost like if one of my shits die, the other should too. Yes, they need to die together. I actually really like Hiyoko. That's wonderful. Yeah. Honestly, I can see you liking Hiyoko though. That makes sense. I don't know what the heck is happening on my stream. My thing is glitching out. But like, I feel like that makes I can see you liking Hiyoko. Like, but yeah, I don't know. I think she'll live and get that development. To be honest, I hope so, because I do know like sometimes they just kill off characters for like shock factor. I really hope that she gets the development and love that she so obviously got robbed of. We can kill off Ibuki though. I got nothing against Ibuki. She didn't serve much to the plot in the original. Low-key, most of the people that survived, I actually really like the survivor group. I was about to say they didn't provide anything. I really like the survivor groups, but like I don't know. She did not need to survive that long. Okay, she does not provide anything. I don't want her to come back in the reboot. Like please keep her dead. My favorite Sonya though. I love Sonya. She's good. Okay. Yeah, see? Another one we agree on. And, I can, like, hear myself too much. What is happening? And Ibuki is so overrated, though. I'm glad. Yes. Yes. She is very much overrated, in my opinion. Like, she has an okay-ish design. People usually hype up her design. I personally am like, I guess it's alright. It's alright. Okay, I can see why you wouldn't cosplay her. But, like, I don't know. She provides nothing to the story. She provided nothing. Like, I don't want to. She better not be one of the survivors. Teru better not be one of the survivors. I hate that man. Actually, hate is strong. I don't really hate him, but she can stay dead. If anything, let him be the first person to die. I can't tell if I would want Imposter to live long. I feel like he served his purpose in the first game. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like he did his due diligence. Okay, like he was plot relevant. I guess it would be interesting to see the character's reactions to realizing he's not the real Byakuya Togami in the game, or maybe Imposter like impersonates another person that isn't Byakuya Togami, so they it's something different, or maybe he just isn't impostering somebody. I guess no, he would have to be impostering somebody because like that's his whole ultimate. I feel like it makes sense for him to be. I don't know. I think he can stay dead as well. He can be the culprit for all I care. Dead, murder, like I don't care. He can go. She's just all. To be honest, that's why they like her. Yeah, because like just like she doesn't do anything. Like she's just weird sometimes. I don't know. I'm so afraid of Buki is surviving. Ugh. Only time will tell. I think it's early next year. Hopefully. Imposter gotta go. He not my goat Byakuya. We love Mr. Byakuya. We love Byakuya Togami, okay. I always hear split opinions from him. Of course he's well liked because he's one of the antagonists, but I usually hear a lot of people hate him. I like Byakuya. I really like the Trigger Happy Havoc characters and the why am I saying the entire name? THH and SDR2. I really like them. I have not played V3. I know. Kill me now. So I don't really have an opinion on any of those characters. I don't really care for them. I'm sorry. Like, I don't really know much about Kokichi. I don't know if I should hate him, if I should love him. I don't know anything about that man. So there's just Kokichiyama that's around. Actually, no. I'm only going to do that if it's, like, there. Yeah, so, like, and you can't see that. So I'm just actually going to draw. I don't know. I don't know much about Kokichiyama. Or Rantaru, or Mai, or May, or whatever the heck the inventor girl's name is. Miu? I think we got there. But yeah, I don't care about the third game. I'm sorry. Gundam is so surviving. Trust, he better. I love Gundam. He's up there with Fuyuhiku. Not gonna lie, I thought you wouldn't like Byakuya. No, I actually do. Very surprising. Actually, I don't know if that's surprising. I usually like, asshole characters, though, so, like, yeah. Yeah, which is why it's actually kind of strange I don't like Kyoko. Huh. But, like, yeah, I usually gravitate towards characters that are low-key jerks. But the thing is, I like jerks who can back it up. Byakuya is a jerk, but, like, he's smart enough to, like, be able to be a jerk. Like, and his comebacks are funny, okay? Like, he's hilarious. Like, I like Byakuya. He's great. Also, I feel like people don't talk about his story enough. It's kind of sad, actually. But, you know, blah, blah, blah. V3 is your favorite game. Oh my god. Yuck. We're gonna fight. Yeah, at this rate we gotta fight, because what's going on? I'm sorry, I don't know anything about V3. I haven't played it. I played the first 2 games, but I never got a copy of V3, so I never played it. I'm sorry. I mean, I could have watched Mr. J from the Cub Scouts playthrough. That's what most people do. But I haven't, and I probably never will anymore, because I can't see myself watching an entire playthrough of a Danganronpa game anymore. I'm sorry. I just don't. I don't know what to tell you, man. Don't ever do that voice again. My fault. I like to speak in the third person, and I would more if I wasn't super, wait. Never mind. I don't know where I was going with that. I usually speak in the third person. I've been, like, suppressing myself from doing that in the stream. I don't know why. Just, like, hiding that trait about myself. Okay. Anyhow. I love saying anyhow. Is that, I feel like, and then it has, like, parts here. I watched playthroughs and then bought the games. That's good. I feel like it's a whole different experience when you get to make your own decisions. I personally love to give my characters voices, you know, through the playthroughs. Are they ever consistent? No, because I can only do 3 voices. It's either, it's either, what the heck, it's either, it's like, really high-pitched voice, like, oh my god, hi, like, stereotypical anime girl voice, or like, ooh, yeah, I'm a really deep guy, and then my normal voice. Or my nasally one, where I'm like, hello, and those are the only voices I can do, so let's just say, I very much forget what the character is meant to sound like every time I freaking play the game. It's alright. Feel free to do it, bro, okay? Thank you. I'm glad you approve. Simone is happy. Simone is very happy. I sometimes wonder, like, just like jobs, they're just like, yeah, let me look through your account. Oh yeah, you post a lot of anime stuff, and yeah, it's pretty good. Like, I'm like not worried about my digital footprint like at all. It's just gonna be embarrassing stuff. Just gonna see, it's just gonna be embarrassing stuff, and it's gonna like, yeah, nothing to get me fired though. Haha. Haha. You know, I just don't really game, so I didn't want to buy them, but then I got obsessed. That makes sense. I've been in my gamer era this year. Ever since I got a new laptop, and one that wasn't a freaking Chromebook, I've discovered the art of playing games on a PC, and it's wonderful. Like, I'm being so for real. There's not a part there, but like, I'm being so for real. I love it. I don't like how that looks there actually, but like, it's just great. I'm having a grand old time. Like, I love it so much. I love it. I love it. Oh yeah. Sidetracked. Trying to get sidetracked. Challenge. Level impossible. Hashtag gone sexual. Hashtag gone wrong. We need to bring back those titles. Am I right or am I right? Am I right, lads, or am I right, lads? You are right, lad. Undertale reference. Anybody catch that? Nope, just me. Okay. I want to do voices, but like it takes way longer to play it that way. It does. It certainly does. It takes me so long to freaking read a line when I'm saying it out loud. I mean, you can tell I can barely read chat. You be grinding on Pokemon, I can tell. Yes! You know it. You would think that would make me a better Pokemon player, but I'm arguably one of the worst players anyone has probably ever seen. It is tragic. Oh no! This is like a really white, and I don't really like using, like... Yeah, it's a bluish white. Yeah, that's the problem. I like a yellowish white. Which kind of makes it look gray, so we're actually gonna just do that. Let's see how that looks. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it just adds to the experience. I think Pokemon games need to add voice acting to their games. I know why they did it before, but the story is kind of interesting now, and I would like to hear it instead of reading it now. Just my opinion. Honestly, well, how long is it? It's only 3:13. Low key, if I finish this drawing quick enough, I might play Pokemon for an hour. That's if I finish. If I finish it by 4, I'll play it till 5. No, I won't. I need to finish it by. If I finish this, yeah, no, never mind. Next stream could be a Pokemon stream because I was thinking about that. I was like, oh no, my dad gets ready for work at 5. He's gonna definitely hear that I'm awake and streaming. So, yeah, we're actually just gonna. We'll say that for a later time. Yeah. But yeah, you know, I think yeah, you're gonna play anyways. We know, of course. It just won't be streamed. Yeah. I will be playing. Don't trust. I'm gonna get those hours in. We're gonna beat Pokemon Shield in less than a month. We're gonna finish it before summer is over. In fact, yeah, we will be playing that dog. Like it's kind of. I feel like this summer has been like my summer of like old like fixations. Like I got really into Undertale again for a little bit. Yeah, I have 52 hours on Undertale. But like yeah, I got into Undertale again. I don't know. I got back into Pokemon. Like I don't know. I'm just like I'm remembering all of my old interests, and it's like, oh, I was the best. It's okay. People are more accepting of weirdos now anyway, so who cares? Why the heck does my screen flash black sometimes when I look at it? Ain't that scary? Oh my god, this color is really red on the screen. I just realized that. Like, it's like annoyingly red. I gotta get into Deltarune, to be honest. Me too. Something I'm going to admit to you right now is that younger me never got into Deltarune because I feel like it was a knockoff of Undertale, even though I knew that it's an entirely different game. Younger me did not want to hear that, so when the first chapter dropped, I did not watch it. I did not watch any playthroughs, and I did not ask for any Deltarune. I now heavily regret that, seeing as it's nearing its last chapters. And I feel like I don't know all about the lore. I know next to nothing about Deltarune. And unfortunately, it is, something a little bit out of my budget, so I'm not playing it. So, just know that someday in the future, I will play Deltarune. It's something I need to do, because I've been hearing its hype, and I'm like, dang, maybe I shouldn't have been a loser as a kid, and, like, not wanted to watch that. You know. I got into Undertale like 2 years ago. I was late. Oh, yeah, you missed everything. Yeah, oh my god. You missed it all, bro. Like, I'm being so serious. Not to shame you or anything, but like, peak Undertale? Like, you don't understand the AUs, oh my god. We used to be crazy. My favorite Undertale AU is, well, actually, my favorite AU is Aftertale with Mr. Geno Sans by the Crayon Queen. See, I know the user. That's how bad it is. I know the user of most of the people like Rocco Alba and Sour Apple Studios and Joku and yeah. Anyways, but my favorite AU is Aftertale with Geno Sans. Oh my god, it's so well written and it's just like it's beautiful and it actually has a happy ending, which with how it was starting and like it's just the art is good, especially since it's with crayons, given by the user's name, but like it's so good. Oh my god, I love that story. My favorite Sans though is Killer. I I don't really care for his AU that much. It's honestly kind of boring in the grand scheme of things. I was expecting more, but like I love Killer. That's literally my child. I birthed him, okay? Like that is my baby. I love Killer. I love him. I love Killer. But yeah, Killer's great, okay? I know my friend was there and he was telling me all about it. Yeah, see, Prime Undertale was a time to be alive, okay? It was also very scary. We had a lot of fandom incidents, but like other than that, it was great. We were thriving. I mean, like Underverse, when Underverse is at its peak. I hope Underverse comes back. I don't know when that's coming back, but I remember that being peak. We should, if you haven't seen Underverse, I would invest time into watching that series. It's pretty good. And also, if you don't know about the AUs, that's a good, like, I guess starting point. That feels weird to say, but like it technically is to like get into the AUs. Um, Actually, wait. I can just talk about them because I don't know what you know, but like also this is my stream and we're already talking about random stuff that's not on topic. So let's just start talking about the different AUs. So to explain Aftertale, okay, I'm actually doing this. It kind of I need to remember. I'm pretty sure. Okay, it starts off with Sans. Yeah, you know Undertale, so I don't need to do. I've been explaining the AUs to like so many people, and but they don't know freaking Undertale, so I have to explain the entire world of Undertale. It's truly a process. But Aftertale, basically it's with Sans, and he's like chilling. Actually, no, I'm gonna hold off on Aftertale because I don't know how to explain it while drawing. I'm gonna have to like be sitting still and like not processing that. I can't explain that one. We're gonna explain Killer. We're gonna do Killer first. His is easier. The Murder Time Trio is a lot easier. Murder Time Trio is basically Killer, Dust, and Horror. They're part of the Bat Sanses with Nightmare. Okay. So to get started with Killer, his AU is basically if the player kept doing genocide runs, I believe, and they just kept resetting to do genocide runs over and over again. Never a pacifist run, never a neutral run. It's just like only genocide runs, and they kept doing it. And like Sans was low-key losing his mind or whatever. And then Kara, she comes in, or Chara or Chara. I don't know how people pronounce it. I say Kara, okay? But she basically is like, Sans, we should make a deal. You should work with me. But every single reset, he says no without fail. Until eventually, they kind of like play into the fact that like you, the player, mess with his code in order for him to agree. Because in a normal universe, Sans would never agree to the deal that Kara is about to say or whatever. But you as the player are in control of Undertale, so you kind of mess with his code a little bit, and you say you will agree. So Sans agrees to what Kara says, and was like, okay, what are we gonna do? And he was like, and Kara's like, aren't you bored of this monotonous life of the same thing happening again and again? Don't you want something new? And that's basically the name of his AU. I hate people that say Killer Tail. It's not Killer Tail. It's something new AU. But basically, he's like, okay, yeah, something new. What's the something new? And Kara's like, let's just start killing folks. And he's like, okay. So then that's kind of where he gets the name. He starts killing people, and that's why his LV, level of violence, is so high. Because he just starts killing people, and yeah, it's all that. That's actually kind of it. With the deal when they start killing people, they merge their souls together, Kara and Killer, and that's why there's a little target thing in front of his chest. That's his soul, like leaking out. I guess it's actually kind of disgusting when you think of it like that. But like it's just like that. And when it's in the first stage is when it's that target looking shape. Second stage is when it's like, oh, am I getting the stages right? Okay, I'm not going to say the stage numbers because I might be. The other stage is when it's in the upside down heart. That's kind of like when he has more of his humanity and he's kind of like chill. That's what it is. The upside down heart is the first stage, and it's like an upside down. Yeah, and it's basically like where he's more Sans than he is Kara. He's pretty chill. He jokes a lot, and he's not bloodthirsty. When it's in the target shape, that's when he's like emotionless. Basically, he doesn't care about anything and he doesn't feel anything. He like feels numb to everything. So like he just starts, you know, just doing whatever, following orders, killing people, having fun. And then there's the third stage where it's like all jagged and whatnot. That's like where he just kind of goes berserk and he kind of just is only thinking about killing. And there is like an implied fourth stage, but like we don't really know what it does. It's just that it's worse than the third stage. I don't really know. But that's basically Killer. And that's his story. And now moving on to Dust. Dust is actually the first. No, he isn't. I'm a liar. Let me actually. I'm gonna say he was the first. No, he wasn't. He was the third. That I discovered. But no. Dust, his AU is actually. It's sad. I mean, Killer's is sad, but his is sad too. Basically, it starts off the same with the player, or Frisk in the scenario. We used to blame Frisk a lot in the fandom for all of our problems because we didn't want to admit that we were the ones that were doing it. But anyways, Frisk is basically killing over and over again, doing these genocide runs, and Dust just was like they're getting higher LV every time, they kill another one. What if I stole their kills basically and killed everybody? If I killed everybody, I would be stronger because, with every monster you kill, your level of violence increases, so you're stronger. So if I killed every monster before them, I would be strong enough to beat them. And that's basically his AU. He killed everyone, including Papyrus, his brother. And that's why he wears the scarf around his neck, I believe. I actually heard somewhere that that's not the same scarf, but I don't know if that's to be trusted. But basically, yeah, that's that AU where he killed everybody because he wanted to defeat the player. It's very heavily implied that it doesn't work, so every time he gets killed, he has to repeat that same process of killing everybody he holds dear. Very sad, I know. And that's basically all you need to know about Dust. I mean, that's like the OG Dust. There's like newer versions where like he gains the abilities of the people he kills and whatnot, blah 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 blah. But I don't know about that Dust. Okay, that Dust is not my Dust. Okay. There we go. I like that blue more. Actually, it's more of like this blue. Yeah. Okay. But like, yeah, that's basically Dust's story. And then we have Horror. He's the last person in the Murder Time trio, and he is the first Sans story that I actually got into. Made by Sour Apple Studios. Oh, sorry. let me go back and say who made each. Killer's author is Rafalavas. Dust is As Dust Tales. I know, very creative. And Horror is Sour Apple Studios. Okay, now we've got that out the way. We have Horror Tale. His used to be my favorite before I read freaking Aftertale, which I will get to soon. Please believe me. I'll do it after I explain Dreamtale. Do they still make AUs? Yeah, I mean, yeah, people make AUs all the time. It's the same way people like make OCs. It's just it's not as big now. Like there's like the OG OCs are like there. Like they're staples, they're used in everything. You kind of don't really hear about the other new ones, cuz like I mean, they're just made by people. I mean, people make AUs all the time. It's just random people that just make a story and other people start to latch onto it. Like I've been this TikTok account, they've been making this AU of their Sans. I forgot what his name. I was going to say Crush. I don't think it's Crush, but like it's something like that. And he's with like the Nightmare Sans. We don't really know his story so far because we're learning it through the TikToks. But like, yeah, people will still make AUs. Yeah. Oh wait. Wait, before I say AUs, there technically is a difference between AUs and ATs. I know you probably haven't had this explained to you before, but I'm going to explain this to you now. ATs are alternate timelines. They're basically like when it's just a slight difference into like what happened. It's like one change in the story makes a different outcome. So like with Killer, it's just like the player changing what Sans would say, he agreeing with Kara, or Dusttail is him killing everybody else, and instead of like just being his normal character. Those are alternate timelines. AUs are usually just entirely different concepts. Like they're just entirely different universes. Like they have nothing to do with the original Undertale story. Like the only thing you need to know just the basic things like what a soul is and like just those basic concepts to understand this AU, but you don't need to know the story of Undertale, if that makes sense. That is what an AU is. It's not like it's not the most important thing to hear, but like if I want to be nitpicky and I want you to know what the difference is in this community, then yes, you should know that there is a difference between an alternate timeline and an alternate universe. And then once I explain Dreamtale, I'll explain what an outcode character is, and then yeah. Okay. Dreamtale. It's actually horribly written because, Joku is a horrible person. But, we have many iterations of it. But I'm gonna go with the most simple to explain one, I would say. It's simple-ish. But from what I remember, there was some protector, guardian lady, I don't freaking know. Her name is Nim, N-I-M, and she was basically supposed to be in charge of this, of like, two feelings or emotions, two and things. Wow, I'm really explaining this well, I'm sorry. But basically, she was like in charge of this, and she decided to like make two Sanses. I don't know why they're Sanses. I feel like she could have done a Sans and a Papyrus if she's going to make two twins brothers, but she made these two Sanses that are twins, and one is supposed to be protecting the yellow apples, and the other is supposed to be protecting the the black apples. They're like on this tree, and they're like in this own island or whatever, or this own like world or whatever. And it's like this tree with these apples, and the yellow apples represent positive emotions, and the black apples represents negativity. Dream was in charge of the positive emotions, and Nightmare, his name is not Nightmare yet. At this point, we call him Passive so that we can differentiate between the two because, they are two different people. But Passive Sans and Dream Sans, they're meant to act as the guardians of these feelings and to basically ensure that they are protected and whatnot. But then eventually some villagers come over or they start being born in this world. I don't know how they started existing, but they started existing, and they noticed that there is a tree and that there are other monsters. They're like, okay, there's some skeletons. This is weird. But eventually they notice that whenever they ask Dream something, he doesn't refuse, and they start abusing his kindness and taking advantage of him and making him do stuff and all that kind of stuff. With with Passive, they just brutally torture and bully him. They harass him, they throw stuff at him. He was always a loner because of it. Dream wasn't aware of it, so, he didn't know that his poor brother was being brutally harassed. And then, Nightmare, who we call Corrupt, this version of Nightmare, we call him Corrupt. It's like, I guess he, like, represents the freaking devil in this AU, because, like, he, like, tempts, Passive to, like, eat one of the apples on the tree. So he eats the black apple, and then Corrupt takes over his body, kind of, in a way, and he officially becomes, like, the guardian of negativity once that happens. And he starts eating all the apples, freaking big bag. He eats all of them so that, like, he has basically the power, of, like, to be, like, he's like a god at this rate, but, like, he's, like, taking all the power, like, But, so, at this point, there's only one apple that remains, and it's, the last golden apple, and Dream eats that apple. So, like, Nightmare's whole goal is to, like, basically kill Dream so that he can take his apple. Because, like, their souls are the apple colors or whatever. I don't freaking know. But during that time, when Nightmare became, became, Dream, Nightmare, um, there was so much negativity that Dream had turned to stone because that is what happens when there's too much negativity. For the guardian of positivity, you turn to stone, of course. Um, but yeah, and that's basically the story of Dream Tale. Um, Dream and Nightmare are what are called outcode characters. Basically, it means they don't stay in their AU. They are able to travel the multiverse. They're basically able to do it by sensing the emotions, the positive slash negative emotions of people and teleporting to them. Um, I don't know how that works, but that's how they do that. Um, and yeah, that's kind of like their story. And then Nightmare, he collected a bunch of the bad Sanses, and from because their AUs are so negative. Oh my god, I never explained freaking horror. Got so sidetracked. Sorry, I forgot to explain horror, who's also a part of the bad Sanses. I'll get to that after I explain this. But basically, he's an outcode character as well. Like Nightmare and Dream are outcode characters because they can do that. Technically, Killer is as well because he doesn't really stay in his universe. He canonically is one of Nightmare's henchmen. The Dust and Horror are not actually one of Nightmare's henchmen. It's just a really popular headcanon. Technically, the only one is Killer. So, fun fact. But, people draw them together because they're very similar characters. Okay, now on to Horror. He is also an alternate timeline, technically. I'm going to start specifying, so this concept stakes. Okay. So, yeah. Horror story is basically, it starts off after a neutral timeline where Frisk kills the king, but then instead of freeing all of the other monsters, uses his soul to leave and never come back, I guess. A few years later, the underground is doing horribly, basically. People are dying, because the thing that provided them food, like their little generator thing, it's like not working. And Undyne, she's the one who stepped up as queen because she took that role. I don't think Toriel wanted to be queen, so she's just kind of chilling, I guess. She's in the underground. It's like how you see her in the beginning with another human, but so like she did not assume the position as queen that she probably should have, but you know. But everyone's basically suffering, and they're all dying. They're all hungry. Okay, they're all very, very hungry because they don't have food. And then Sans and Undyne and Alphys, they're all trying to like work together because Sans, I guess, is a royal scientist. I forgot where that's implied, but it's implied somewhere in Undertale. I just can't remember. But like yeah, he's helping them, and he's like doing all this, and then eventually, like Alphys is like, hey, Sans' magic eye. I think if we use that, we could like restart the generator thing in Majiggy. And Undyne was like, no, I would never do that. He's our friend. Like, if we took his eye, he would die. And Alphys is like, hey, we might just have to kill him to save the other people. Like, we got to think about the great, like, many other people. Like, we can't just be worried about him. Like, your citizens are dying. And like Undyne was like, no, I can't believe you would even suggest that. So like basically, what they don't know is that they did it in front of one of the echo flowers. The flowers that repeat back what you say. Yeah, they did that, and one day Sans had heard of them discussing this, and he was distraught. He was like, "Oh, they're planning to kill me, and they just called me to like come see them." And so he basically thinks he's walking into his death. And like he says, he doesn't say his goodbye to everybody exactly. He just acts like it's a normal trip because that's the Sans thing to do. Just be like, oh yeah, I'm about to die. Nobody needs to know, and just trying to provide food for all my people. But like he was talking about like he's been trying to like do this plan, and when he goes there, he's like, yeah, I have this plan. It'll take 6 months, and then like Undyne's like 6 months. Hey Sans, we ain't got 6 months. Maybe Alphys is right. I think we gotta kill you. Like, we gotta take your eye, man. Like, please no, it's not you, but it's for the greater good, okay? And so she basically uses this extractor thing to, like, take his eye, and, like, she's like, oh, we did it. And to be fair, it did work. It did work, and they're like, yay, we did it. But for some reason, I don't know why, Sans didn't actually die. Surprising considering he only has 1 HP, but, freaking, he survives. But like he survives it and immediately like steals his like the guard's eye somehow, some way, and he just pops into his eye. It's actually kind of creepy when he did that. I did not like that. But like yeah, he does that, and he like comes back and he's like, "You guys thought you killed me." They're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! How are you still alive?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm still here." And they're like, "Hey, no hard feelings, man. I mean, look, because of you, the generator started. Isn't that good?" And he was like, "Yeah, that is good. Too bad I'm about to destroy it." And he destroys that generator because he was feeling petty. He was like, "Since y'all want to try and kill me, now nobody gets to eat." And basically he destroys that, and the underground is suffering again. He low-key lobotomizes Alphys. She becomes stupid, and like he like, I don't know what he was doing. And then like he goes back down to the townspeople and he's like, "Hey, Undyne is feeling pretty bad about being a shitty queen, so she said that we need to start eating all the humans that start coming down here." Mind you, she never said that. The only reason he said that is because he didn't want her to get another human so that she could pass the border and basically like free the people. He was feeling so petty that he was sabotaging everybody just so that like he, I don't know, just for this grudge he now is holding against Undyne. And all the other people, like, mind you, his head is bleeding as he's saying this. Like, he doesn't look alright. I would have been like, "What the heck are you talking about?" And they're like, yeah, okay, Sans. Yeah, we'll start eating the people." And then time skips 7 years later, and we have a new protagonist. Her name is Eliza. And yeah, and she basically goes through the underground. That has changed drastically because everybody there is starving and hungry and dying. And that's Horror Tale. Yes. It's really well written, actually. That my little crash course on it doesn't even do it justice. But yeah, it's really good. It's not finished technically. There's a second part that's coming out. Unfortunately, the creator is a creep because they did draw art of Eliza and Sans, and I'm pretty sure Eliza is like 12. So we can't. They all just suck in the end. We all just got creeps. But yeah, that is the story of Horror Tale, and he is sometimes depicted as being one of the what? This isn't the right brush. What brush was I using? Okay, but like yeah, he's sometimes depicted as one of the bat Sanses. That's Horror Tale. Alright. But I told you about the bat Sanses, but I might as well tell you about the star Sanses because they're with Dreams Group. Um, they're basically they're the same thing. They're like the guardians of the universes instead of like just some guys that are just feeling evil. We first have Blue or Swap. The name changes. Blueberry, Swap. They're all different AUs technically. Depending. Whoa. That's why this looks weird. I'm on the wrong layer. Okay, I was like, what the heck is happening? Why is it? Yeah, that's why it looked weird. I was like, what's happening? See how fast I caught that? Good, because it was ruining my pieces. Yeah, oh god, yeah, thank god I caught that fast. Okay, yeah. But, the blue is basically just, if, okay. Blue's universe, Swap Sans, is from the Swap AUs, from Swap Tail. Basically, am I doing it again? Oh my god. Basically, it's basically if like every character swapped with a different character, um, that's it. I'm being so for real. So Sans and Papyrus swapped, Alphys and Undyne swapped, Toriel and Asgore swapped, Krisk and Frisk and Kara swapped. Yeah, they all swapped. And there's different versions of Swap Tails. Characters that have switched with different other characters. It has a different name. I don't know all the swap variants. Okay, Swap Tail, Underswap. Oh yeah, it's Underswap. I said Swap Tail. There's probably is a Swap Tail out there. But yeah, there's many different ways to refer to them. Is this the same color? Yes, it is. Okay. But yeah, that's Swap. He just has Papyrus's personality, and he's Sans. That's all there is to him. Okay. And then there's the other one, Inktail. well, technically it's not Inktail. His is actually it's basically underscore like 3 times, like, and then tail. We don't. It's implied or it's theorized that his AU name is Prism Tail. Um, but anyways, Ink. Ink is from an abandoned AU. His story is basically about like what it's like for all the Sans AUs that never get finished, And he's from an abandoned AU, and he's the only one that's fully conscious because he was the only character that was fully fleshed out. Probably, because that's how most of the Undertale AUs are. They're usually centered around Sans, so it makes sense that he would be the only one that's fleshed out in this AU. So, Ink, is just in this blank void. This basically just this notebook, if you will, and he's just alone. And eventually, he had enough, and he ripped his own soul apart. And somehow they didn't kill him. I don't know why, but he's soulless essentially. He can't really feel emotions really, and he starts wandering this blank white space, not knowing what to do without a soul, without feelings. And he eventually forgets his backstory, so he eventually forgets his time there as this lost soul. Um, but yeah, eventually he stumbles across some paint buckets, and when they're poured on him, he starts feeling different emotions, like yellow happiness and, all the usual typical colors that are associated with that kind of stuff. Um, but anyways, yeah, he notices that, and then he's like, oh, hey, I should start collecting these. So he starts collecting all these paint buckets, essentially, in these glass vials, and that's how he like basically feels things. And he's the protector of like the universe. He protects like the creation of like new AUs being made. People, I think, like mischaracterize him as like he's like a person that like protects like the actual AUs. His whole flaw is that he doesn't really care about the people individually. He cares about the AUs themselves like flourishing, if that makes sense. Um, yeah, that's. Did I not colors? I swear I did. But yeah, that is Inktail at its core. Not Inktail. I need to stop saying Inktail. It's not Inktail. Do not call it that. He's just Ink, and he works with the Star Sanses. Speaking of the protector of the universe, we have Error Sans, who technically doesn't have an AU name either, who is the destroyer of the universes. Oh yeah, there's always an opposite. Error is also made by the Crayon Queen. Would you look at that? But like yeah, same person that made Aftertale made Error, and basically his whole story is a lot of spoilers now that I think about it for Aftertale. So I should probably explain Aftertale first. But I don't want to. It's not that I don't like it. It's just like I feel like it's like confusing for me to think about right now. Oh my god. So let me stop drawing temporarily. Okay, I know it's gonna be crazy. I need to explain Aftertale. Aftertale is basically Sans was tired of being infinite lore. I know Sans was tired of like being killed during genocide route. It starts similarly to like how the Murder Time Trio was. He starts similarly to that, and he's had enough. So he goes to the True Lab, which I feel like I don't know. You should know about that. Maybe it's something in Undertale, like the True Lab, where we learn about the amalgamations and whatnot. But basically, he goes down there and gets a serum of determination. Now, if we learn anything with Undyne and Alphys, for that matter, we learn that when monsters get too much determination, they start melting and dying, basically because their bodies can't handle the determination. Like, monsters can't handle all that. It's something humans only have, right? So he decides that that's the only way that he could win against Frisk is if he uses determination and uses it against them, basically. His body starts melting, but he's like, this is what I needed. And as he's fighting Frisk, he realizes, like, this isn't gonna work. And, like, Frisk does the little last move where he's dying. And as he's dying, he's like, no. Because, he's in that determination, he doesn't want to die or whatever. He gets that, and he manipulates the save screen and gets stuck in the save screen, essentially. So... Oh, my throat is dry. Hold on. he gets stuck in the save screen essentially. But in that save screen, you can't like get hurt or heal. So like he doesn't die, but he's not getting better either. And he just wastes away in that save screen. And then eventually a new Sans comes along, and he can kind of see. Sorry, I'm hearing things. It's scary. He can see like the other Sans. Basically, it's kind of like a weird. It's like a time paradox thing that's happening here. There's like a second Sans, and he's like, okay, maybe I can try convincing this Sans to like help me out. And but like it never works, and that's like his whole thing is that time and time again, every time try and ask the Sans to like help him defeat the human, the Sans always says no, because Sans doesn't have that determination that Geno has. So no matter what, he's never going to agree with the plan, and that's the sad part is because it's like, oh dang, he's like never going to like say, oh that's the, but like yeah, he's like yeah, I'm not going to help you, bro, and he gets so sick of this, and he's about to give up, but then he's like, wait a second. I'm gonna just lie, and like he's tried lying so many times. It just none of it works. None of it works. He doesn't know what to do, so he figures out what to say. Blah 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 blah. He like kidnaps Frisk, I think, and the player's still out there. Eventually, we start getting to present timeline, and this is the Sans that we start the story off with. And he starts getting like flashes of like the past timelines where like people are dying and all that, and he's thinking that they're just nightmares. But then he figures out no, this is not a nightmare, because then he meets Geno again, and Geno starts his whole spiel. He's like, "Help me out, bro." Blah blah blah. But he like does it in a different way so that Sans will agree with him. And Sans is like, "Okay, I'll do that." But then the Chris that he kidnapped, he was like, "Hey, don't trust Geno. He's just using you. He's trying to delete the world." Because like that was his thought process. He's like, "Hey, if I can't defeat the human, we all gotta die." Yeah, that's what we gotta do. We all gotta die. So then Sans was like, "Oh, actually, I don't think I can help this guy like at all. I don't think that's good." And then Geno was low-key crashing out. Also, the reason why he calls himself Geno Sans because it sounds like genocide, because he believes he let all his friends die by not being able to stop the human. Yes. He's like, we all have to die because we have to pay for our sins or whatever. And then somehow, some way, Papyrus, I don't know, that was like a bastard. You heard that? But anyways, Papyrus basically, he just saved the day because, he's Papyrus or whatever. And he figured out a way where everybody can be happy. And then, but Jenna was like, oh, I'm going to stay in here. And he was like, no, you don't have to stay in here. You can come with us. And they give him a pie. And then they realize, oh, wait, yeah, once he gets out, he'll heal back to full health. And then, yeah, he did. So then it's Geno, Sans, and Papyrus. Also, we usually call the OG Sans Classic so that people know which Sans you're talking about. So it's now, Geno Sans and Classic Sans are just moving together. And that's basically the story of Aftertale. I probably did a bad job of explaining it because it's honestly just a roller coaster to read. It's really good. The drawings are amazing. I really like it. You can read it. So far, all the AUs I have said, except with the sole exception of Dreamtale or on Tumblr, you can find all of the Dreamtale one on like Wattpad. I know it sounds crazy, but it's a comic, okay? I think someone re-uploaded it because I don't know what happened to the OG. But that is Geno Sans. Now, the reason why I had to explain what Geno Sans was before I moved on to Error Sans is because that Error is actually Geno. Yes, I know. Basically, Error is an alternate universe timeline. I would say alternate universe for the sake of continuity. He's an alternate universe. No. He's an alternate timeline of Geno, okay? Because this is basically if, like, Geno never got out of the save screen, he would somehow find himself in this blank white void and start going crazy. And when you're in this place for too long, your code starts corrupting. And he starts corrupting, and then he becomes Error. And Error, when you're in this place, you kind of, when you're reborn into your Error variant, you become like whatever was your last emotion that you felt. And I think his was like anger and resentment and just towards like everybody and everything. So yes, that is Error Sans. And he's just like the destroyer of the universe. He destroys any AUs, but he's a huge hypocrite because He claims it's his job, and he only destroys AUs that he personally does not like. If he likes the AU, it gets to stay. Like Fel, the Fells, which under Fel is basically like if everybody was super edgy, and like everybody, I mean, like they're all like about kill or kill. Like they really hone in on the idea of kill or kill in Fel. But he likes Fel. He really likes Under Novella, which is basically if Undertale was a Spanish novella. He really likes that one. He likes Outer Tale, which is basically if Undertale was in space with Outer Sands. But like if he likes the AU, he keeps them alive basically, and that is Error. Whew, that hurt my throat. I need another thing of water. Hold on. I'm glad I kept this water near me. I didn't know this would be so helpful. But yeah, that is Error Sands. Okay, wow. And we finished one half of this drawing. Whew. But yes, that is that AU. I'm trying to think of like what other popular ones. Oh, since we're on this like road of just saying, different Error, we have Fatal Error, who is another alternate timeline of Geno Sans. I know. There's a lot. Every time you don't feel like drink water, just start talking. Just start talking about Undertale AUs. What can I say? I mean, it seems like a very foolproof plan. I low-key did it when I was doing like I used to like a year ago. I did like a bunch of voice memos to people because like different people. I'm like, okay, so this AU is this AU, this AU is this AU, and I'm like, hold on, water break. It's honestly very helpful. Okay, but Fatal Error, alternate timeline of Genos. It's like weird because it starts off with Geno being captured by Error. Basically, Error, he uses strings or whatever, and he has him like tied up with his strings around his heart or whatever, and he's like getting ready to kill him or whatever. But what he doesn't know is that you can't die in the save screen. But yeah, and that's what Geno's trying to tell him. He's like, hey, yeah, you actually can't kill me. And Error's, because he's like a huge like brat, and like he's super like overconfident and like narcissistic and his like and all that kind of stuff, that he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like great, and you're gonna die here. So he tries to kill him, and it creates like this like error, a fatal one, if you will. That's his name, Fatal Error. Okay, I'm sorry. But like it basically does that, and he becomes like this extremely glitched out version of Geno. He looks nothing like Error. Like he's just like super glitched out. And he kind of, because, when you become like an Error, you die with your last feeling. He died like longing for his Papyrus, because, Papyrus is his brother and his whole world. And, he was killed many, many, many times in those resets. So, he's trying to find his Papyrus, but he doesn't like, at this point in the story, he doesn't remember what happened to his Papyrus. And he goes off and kidnaps a Swap. Swap is very important in most AUs. He's usually just around there. People usually like Swap. For example, Error likes Swap. There's like in the story, he kidnapped Swap because he was trying to be mean, but then he grew attached, and then he abandoned Swap, and the Swap became an Error form, which we call Error Berry. I think, is it called Error Berry? I don't freaking remember, but yeah, that's the Error version of Swap. Anyways, Fatal Error, he kidnaps a Swap. It's much in the same way. The Swap that he kidnaps is the one that's turning into the Error Berry one. So they're all interconnected. And so he's acting a lot more frantic and fanatic than how Swaps usually act. And Error's like kind of venting. He's like, I hope I find my brother. And then the Blue Bearer, he's like, that's what it is, Blue Bearer, that's what it is. But he's all like, I'm sure you'll find your brother. And I guess like hearing that like triggered something. And he was like, no, my brother's dead. You lied to me. And he has this whole thing. He was like, why would you tell me I would find him? You knew he was dead, didn't you? And he was like, no, I didn't know that. Oh, what are you talking about, bro? And he was like, no, you knew. Yeah, I need to do something. And he has his like copy and paste ability. He like can copy the code of the character and then paste it onto something else. So like he basically copies that blue bear, and then you know by copying he kills the other one to like paste it or whatever. And he starts like thinking that like because my papyrus is gone, I need to make my papyrus. So he just starts killing a bunch of blue sanses because he learns that blues their code is very similar to papyrus because they're swaps. So it makes sense that they would be very similar to papyrus because it's just a swap version of papyrus. But every time he would put all these blues together, it would just come out looking like blue, like a sans. And he was losing his mind. He was going crazy. He's killed like thousands of these swap sanses because there's so many multiverses, so many different blues because so many different events that can happen that there's just so many you can find, and which makes Fatal Error an outcode character, by the way. But like yeah, so he's just killing all these blues, and then there was Gaster, who's a Flowey for some reason in this AU. I don't really know why. His whole point, like the whole point of him being there, is basically to just antagonize Fatal the whole time. And at one point, he was like, "Why don't you just start killing papyruses?" And he was like, "I could never stoop that low to start killing papyruses. That's my brother." And he's like, "Your brother dead." And like he's like, "No, I could never. I can't stoop that low. Okay, I can't start killing papyruses. That would be the worst thing I could do." And then we're low key. Actually, we're just gonna low key make it all black because I don't feel like shading all of this in the boots. And that's okay with everybody, right? Yeah, we're all okay with that. That's good. But like, yeah, he basically was just like, "You don't love your papyrus enough, then, if you can't do that." And he flips out. He was like, "How dare you say I don't love my papyrus? I have done everything for my papyrus." And like he like twigs out. He's like, "And for you to like insist that I don't love my papyrus enough," he was like, "No, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I will start killing papyruses because that's the only way for me to get my brother back. Clearly, I haven't been going far enough. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So then he just starts killing a bunch of papyruses. And, like, I know technically he's copying them, so it's not the original one. He's killing their clones, but, like, it's still, like, Jesus, you're just... Yeah, but, like, it's so sad. Like, this is a really sad AU. But, like, yeah, so he basically does this, and he, like, stitches all the code together to make his papyrus. And it kind of looks like him. It just looks like a stitched version of like a bunch of different things. But he's like, "You're my papyrus," and yeah, that's kind of how it ends. At least I don't think it is finished, but like that's how where I remember it finishing. That's where it ends, and he gets his papyrus, but at what cost? In that story, he does meet Lavender. That is from Nature Tale. And it's basically if everybody had nature names, and yeah, they survived with water and all that. Basically, it's actually really cool. It's an alternate AU because it like kind of represents the original story, but like it's like nothing like it, because like it's like that one. I haven't read that one, so I can't tell you exactly what it's about. But just know that they don't do violence. They're very much peaceful people. Okay, but he visits Lavender, and he actually gets really close. Lavender and Fatal are actually a pretty, I wouldn't say popular ship, but they are shipped together. Because he's actually really nice to Lavender, but which gets ruined by Thistle. Thistle is the Underfell version of Lavender. See, there's layers to this, okay? There's layers. Underfell, by the way, like I said, that's the edgy sands. And he's technically an alternate universe because it's a whole different story. But like, yeah, that's like he ruins it basically, and he's like, "Get away from him! I saw him copy Poppy. Poppy is their world's papyrus, basically." And he was like, "I saw him. He took papyrus, and like nobody else believed. Nobody believed him. So basically, he was like, "Don't ever come back here." And then Fatal runs away. Of course, after copying Lavender's, code and killing that Lavender to use. But, before, he learned that he could start killing papyruses, But, like, they actually got pretty close, and he accepted a flower crown from that thing. It's like, it's kind of sweet. Too bad Thistle ruined it. I'm just kidding. Thistle had good reasons. Damn, Sans always getting messed up. Yeah, that's a very common theme with these Undertale AUs. Sans is, struggling. He's going through it in every single one of them. Um, okay. I feel like I said all the popular ones. Yeah, those are like those kind of like all you need to. Oh wait, they're kind of all you need to know to understand Underverse. I think that was my goal with this lesson was if you didn't know Underverse, this little quick little thing, those are all the Sanses that appear in Underverse. Oh, well, there's also Epic. He sort of appears in there, like he has a little scene. Oh my god, did I have to explain Cross? No, you don't have to watch. I can't explain Cross. You'll figure that one out. But Epic, I don't know how to explain his either. His is basically just Undertale if everything was different, and that's basically it. There's just a lot of freaking stuff. I don't know what's going on in that AU. I can't lie. So yeah, that's. Oh wait, I'm forgetting about Fresh. So Fresh is another Sans AU. I know. Also made by the Crayon Queen. She's just making so many. There's Genos, there's Error, and now Fresh. They're all made by the Crayon Queen. And I didn't even get a word in. I just sighed. Fresh is basically not even a Sans. Fresh is the parasite that is living inside of a Sans. And that's all you need to know about Fresh. And he's basically just like this 80s dude. Like he's like all about rainbows and radical and all that. He uses that kind of lingo and stuff. But yeah, he's basically just not basically just, he is a parasite that is living inside of a Sans, essentially. And yeah, that's all you need to know about him. Error does not like him because he creeps him out, and also because he knows that he is the parasite inside of a Sans body. And also, you can kind of hear the Sans in that body crying for help because, it doesn't have control of its body, so it's just forever suffering as something else takes over its body and it has nothing to do. And yeah, damn, I'm a pro now. I'll not remember anything. That's okay. This is great. You're getting all the good stuff. I think that honestly that is all the Sans AU. Those are like the most popular Sans AU, specifically because they are an Underverse. They're people who don't know about the Undertale use watch Underverse and use that as their knowledge. Like for example, people think Error is so aggressive. He's like the chillest guy ever in the actual comic. Other than when he's crashing out, he's not doing much. I'm gonna be so honest. He's always depicted as being like super angry and all that, but like he's low-key just a chill guy that destroys universes in his free time. But yeah, I think those are like the most popular ones and the only ones you really need to know about. If you ever like get asked like what's your favorite AU, people usually talk about that one or those ones. I mean, there's also there's Anxiety Tail. Basically, if Sans had anxiety. I know. We're so creative. I'm pretty sure it's because something about like he figures out like he has destiny or whatever. Like he learns about the destiny and that basically no action that he does matters because there's an otherworldly being out there that's trying or that can just dictate his moves. So he starts low-key being like, my laptop's dying. He starts low-key being like, what's the point of everything? And he gets super anxious, and everybody's like more cautious. And Papyrus is more protective of him, and that's Anxiety Tail. Damn, so people LARP in the comics. Oh my god, people absolutely LARP the comics. Nobody knows the story for real anymore. It's actually kind of bad. Like, it would just be like the mischaracterization that happened in the Undertale fandom needs to be studied because people are just saying stuff. Like, yeah. The mischaracterization of freaking Blue was so bad that he has a separate AU for the mischaracterized version of him. Do you know how insane that is? Like, people were like, yeah, I don't, this is not, so, like, we have Swap. Swap is usually, like, the version people like because, that's, like, the actual good one. Like, it's like, yeah, it's Swap. That's Swap Sans's, like, why. Swap is, like, Papyrus. Papyrus doesn't need to be babied and whatnot, blah, 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 blah. But Blue, or more specifically Blueberry. That used to be his name, Blueberry. He's basically like, oh, I'm just a baby. I'm so innocent. Oh yeah. Oh, I can't do anything for myself. Like That's how he used to be characterized. It's so bad. And then there's Yonberry, where it's basically Sans or Blue is a yandere, and he's all bloody, and yeah, that's all you need to know about that one. Yeah, mischaracterization is bad, 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 bad. I mean, I can see why people haven't read the comics though. It's a lot of the time they're just Tumblr posts that you have to scroll down and down and down for, and they're just like discussion. They're just blog posts, so like they're not even like in an organized area. It's if you have someone like Rafawabo's with Killer, they deleted most of their stuff. So then you have to go through archives, and it's like a whole process. Luckily, they're coming. They've come back now, and they said they want to continue writing Killer Tale. Which they're not Killer. I need to stop. I'm starting to sound like the freaking LARPers. Something new at you. But basically, they've come back now, and they're writing for it. Oh, I forgot about Color. Okay. Okay. Color. He is very important to Killer's story. He has his own character as well. Let me just preface this by saying that. But basically, in the bad ending, Killer stays with. Wait, hold on. In the bad ending, Killer stays with Nightmare and basically just keeps being his henchman. Nightmare has his ability to basically make him always feel negativity. He's very unhappy with Nightmare. Let me preface that. People try to act like it's a bad ship, though. People have been shipping Toxic Alley since the dawn of time. I don't know why they act like it's so bad. But anyways, yeah, that's basically the bad endings where he stays with Nightmare and is suffering. And then there's the good ending where he runs away with Killer because Killer sees the good in him, and he's like, oh, maybe I can be good. So then he runs away with Killer. It's actually very good. But Color, I think he used to work with Gaster, and with Gaster as like one of the royal scientists or whatever, and they're trying to help Undyne with something. You can't really find the OG Killer Tail, or not Killer Tail, Color Other Tail. Their AU is called Other Tail. But you can't really find the OG because it was on YouTube, but then it got taken down, or either it got taken down or it's just not available in America. I don't know. Sorry. But yeah. But he basically used to work with Gaster or whatever, and then something happened. He accidentally fell into the vault that, if you know about Undertale, it's implied that Gaster fell into his own creation and got scattered. Not implied, it's literally said. He fell into his own creation and got scattered across time and space. And that's why nobody remembers him. I'm sorry, I'm getting very anxious right now. That's why nobody remembers him. And why you can, and it's something you only see in certain playthroughs because of like a laugh value. Actually, I don't know if that got removed or not, but I remember it was because of like it's like a certain value that you can't even control that's like in the game. And yeah, I'm getting very paranoid. I don't like that. But like it's something that but basically only certain you can only sometimes see this character that even describes who this guy is. But yeah, this Gaster. Yeah. Basically that happens to Color in this AU, and everyone forgets him, and basically Undyne replaces him. And somehow, some way, he like has the ability to use the power of all the souls, with the sole exception of determination, because like I said, monsters can't use determination. And yeah, that's Color. And he's a chill guy, I guess. I don't really know his personality all that much, I'm gonna be honest, so I don't want to give you false information about the guy, because I don't really know much about him, because I can't really find information on him. Their author has also come back from retirement, and they are making a new Other Tale, so I need to actually watch the episodes, because this one, unlike many of them, is animated. A lot of them are comics, or yeah, most of them are comics actually. So like we have Other Tale, and Underverse that like are actually fully animated, which is pretty cool. Okay, I think I can stop talking about the AUs. That is all for realsies this time. All you need to know to understand most conversations when people talk about AUs. Honestly, it would probably be easier if I had the pictures of them so you could associate their stories to their faces, but I don't got time for all that. I'm so tempted to not even color this because this is already taking me 4 hours. But it's okay. We will thug it out. I'm not doing a background though. That one we're just gonna have a shape and that's gonna be it. Yes. But yeah, that's basically all I need to know about Undertale for realsies. Okay. Yeah. Well, that was fun to explain. It's been a while since I've explained the all the different AUs. Low key miss it, you know? I used the wrong white. Uh, is that white is low key what his hair color should be? Yeah. Haven't even gotten to the shading part, but that's okay. We're almost there, y'all. We're almost there. We can make it darker. It's like a dirty brown. A dirty blonde? What the heck did I just say? It's not dirty blonde either. So, genuinely, what the heck am I trying to say? I don't know what dirty blonde looks like anyways, actually, so... And he's pale. Come on. The Ninjakus are very pale. Yeah. I have never interacted with the fans like that because I hear a noise